Hey, everybody, getting excited? It's one of the last shows, and what's happening? What's the big news? Bill Cosby's trending on Twitter. We'll see you in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live, the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. One of the last shows before we shut down until Thursday. Welcome back, everybody. Nice to see you. Nice to have you back. And joining us in studio, the man, the myth, the legend, RB3 is in the house. Hello, RB3. RB3 is here. Winston Marshall in the house as well. Hello, Winston. Good to see you. Brett Sheridan with his gift from Kate Mulligan. And
oh shit, what did she get you?
This.
Yo, dude, I just got this as a Christmas present my damn self.
By Kate?
No, she don't love me. I'm out here talking about how, she was my wife in another world and she just abandons me.
It was nothing.
And
I like that. That's a smooth jacket.
Yeah, man, thank you. You can take the hoodie out if you want.
I love that. I love that you can removable hoodies. It's the best.
Yeah, and he's planning his date out and sweating, trying to figure out where he's going to take Bonnie.
Man, just
Goddard.
like that tweet was
that
so
tweet alone.
ominous.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah,
don't fuck up.
You better take me somewhere nice.
Yeah, you better start saving.
Well, before we, because you can't just steal all the stuff you want for her. That's not going to work. But I do have a question because
watch me.
Yeah, right.
I got, I was.
She gets a receipt. She's like, wait a minute, how did I pay for this? He like slips a credit card into his hand.
Holy shit! Her card just says like B Somerville on it, and he's like, "Yeah, that's Ben.
Ben. That's my original name. Goddard's my stage name."
Yeah, exactly. Holy shit! Okay, so I didn't watch the show on Friday. You have a date, motherfucker?
We were just talking about dating apps and stuff like that, and she was like, he put me on the spot. He was like, would you date Bonnie? I was like, yeah, absolutely. And so when she gets back from New York, she's in New York right now.
That's what.
We're probably gonna hang out.
Look at you.
Wow.
Yeah, look at Vincent.
See, here's the problem. Your ass is my age, so that's fine. But you look like you're 12.
Yeah, but probably different. He's probably like me though. You grow out. Can you grow facial hair?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. So it looks ridiculous.
Strictly baby face.
So it looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's probably why it still looks all hella youthful and whatnot, is because you don't have like all the razor scars from the razor bumps and shit.
From me, when I grow out a little bit and I look 87 years old.
Winston, you looking good, brother.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. You know the little 5 o'clock shadow. I like that a little bit better. Everybody kept telling me I looked like I was trying to put kids in a van with just the mustache, so I got rid of that.
All right,
that was a dig.
How do I look, guys?
You look good. You look good.
Just dead behind the eyes
As usual. But can I tell you, I got a funny story though today. So the other day, I was on Friday actually. We were doing our show, and Ben was in here to engineer, so he was setting up, and one of these lights started flickering.
Oh my god!
And it was bad, and it was flickering during the day before, but then when Ben turned it on, and we turned it off quick. Holy shit! So then I text Brett this morning, and I was like, you might want to bring your tools. So I'm thinking you have to shuffle the whole thing. Nah, you just got to change the light.
I was so mad. Brett did his perfect little sniper shot joke where he just comes in. He's like, yeah, Kristian told me to bring my toolkit to change a light bulb.
I didn't know. I thought it was the whole system.
The response was just like, I don't think I'm gonna need my tools. Did you try plugging it back in?
Oh my god!
Well, what are you gonna do? So listen, this is the other thing. We have a lot to talk about here today. The box office numbers are in, and Rise of Skywalker has its opening numbers. We'll talk about that. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it indifferent? We'll talk about all of it. Staying on that topic, J.J. Abrams had responded to the question of how he deals with criticisms on the film itself. His comments coming in just a little bit. Eddie Murphy, he was on Saturday Night Live.
Thank
Killed
you.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was literally going to do that with my mouth, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll break that down and talk about Eddie's performance for sure. Mark Ellis is going to be on the show around 11 o'clock, so we'll talk about that with him. The Witcher, by the way, The Witcher came out on Netflix, so I don't know if anybody has seen any of it, but if not, we'll just look at it's been kind of mixed reviews. So.
There are so many reviews out for the whole series already.
Yeah,
like
people
not
do that
like
shit,
not
man.
like official press, but just like smaller YouTubers. People just binge the shit out of it.
They
And
did
already,
it for Daredevil too.
Yeah.
Daredevil too.
Yeah.
My wife and I popped it on the other night. I'll have a story about that.
Okay,
Ooh.
good. I'm looking forward to hearing
shit.
Did you
that.
bring your toolkit?
Yeah, Robin toolkit with me.
Don't be an open micer, will you?
What's the deal with toolkit?
Come on. Figure it out.
And there's the callback. Thank you, everybody, very much, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for 2019 SEN Live. Go ahead, hit
We're
the music,
done.
RB3.
Hey, listen, you want to take over? I'll give it to you. It's going to be a fun show here, guys. And if first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone to kind of piggyback on what Winston just said there, was that thank you for just in this month and a week or however long SEN has been on. You guys have been so very supportive and kind of understanding exactly what we're trying to do over here. Really appreciate it, and we're going to stick with that today. When you go on over to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown, and we're going to get all your questions today. And the same thing with Super Chat. So throw in those Super Chat questions, Streamlabs. We'll turn the Schmoebot on now. Keep the Schmoebot on for a little bit so you guys can interrupt for one of the last shows of the year. We will be doing shows on Thursday and Friday. I don't know what crew will be here. If it's just me doing Q&A, who the hell knows? But we're going to figure it out.
I'll be here Friday.
You're going to be here on Friday?
I'll be as long as my flight isn't delayed. I'll be here Thursday and Friday.
Okay, cool. So maybe we'll just do another Winston. You and I could do another show on Thursday because you're out, right?
No, I can do Thursday and
You can
Friday.
do Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so look at that. So we just figured it out.
right.
See, this is the beauty.
RB3?
RB3's here Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
All right.
Yeah, that I know. I always know what RB3 is doing because RB3 is the only one I care about. All you,
Yeah.
the rest of them, get the hell out of there.
That's
Yeah.
fine. You know.
Yeah,
It's-
you understand that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you get it.
I have
There's
an
other-
email that says, "What's the deal with this week? We'll do Monday, Thursday, Friday." I said, "Cool, I'll be there." I guess
Have you learned anything about
No,
the
you-
conversation that Ellis and I had the other day?
You said don't text. You said email.
You're right, but I remember that conversation.
Okay.
The texting is when you said that. I said after you brought it back. I said you're absolutely right. I need someone else to do this.
You need
Yeah.
a producer?
I not just a producer. I need someone to be able to say, okay, you so and so. You whether it's a producer or someone to schedule.
Yeah.
all that. Like I'm doing. This is what my wife
I have a
said.
solution.
Yes,
Okay. So here's what we're going to do.
not spending any more money. So no,
It's not well, first of all, if you want to give me more money, I'm fine with it, but that's not what I was saying.
not for you in general.
No, that's fine. It's very simple. We set up literally a Google like a numbers
Trap
Excel
box.
spreadsheet or whatever, and you just have all the host name on there and just be like, "Cool, Mark, if you're available that day."
Right.
And
Put it
then
in
you
there.
can.
Yeah, but it still means I still have to go in there and figure it all out as far as the scheduling. I want someone else to do that.
No, well then that's fine. I mean, that's not that hard.
You're not wrong to say to have an actual Google Doc out there to be able to put what
No,
the hell.
no,
it's
I
on.
get
the
it,
way that
but-
I do it is on like the night of. I go, oh, okay, who's available?
No, I know. Oh, I know. Because it's like 8. I'm like,
Yeah.
is he going to
No,
want
I
me to
know.
come in? Or
Because people don't. The same thing as when my wife doesn't understand what the hell I'm doing here. You guys don't understand what the hell I'm doing in there, and so it's like, so I get, hey, the note's coming eventually. Yeah, as soon as this fucker falls asleep. Yeah, absolutely. And
Is
then-
the fucker the video game you're playing? Or?
the game, I'm doing good. I got on Kashyyyk. I got out of that stupid cave. I figured it out. I didn't need anyone's help. Even though I looked at the video Dimolanta sent me after I got out, but I got out, and I'm on Kashyyyk now. I'm doing pretty good, and all is right in the world until the next thing fucks up. But anyways, the point is that we're going to try to do more and more next year. Have some cool, fun things coming down the pike that I'm excited to talk to people about in January. So keep those. The Schmoebot is on. So if you want to interrupt the show, you can do it. Go to the streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Interrupt the show here today. It would be a lot of fun. Or you want to wait for Ellis. I understand that also.
Yeah.
But there are some.
I mean, yeah, you should do that.
That's
would be
the gift that
hilarious.
keeps on giving right there.
That's right. I'm also going to read out we did the nominations for the Schmoedown Awards. The nominations came out last night. Ooh. So I will read off the list of nominations a little later. The way that you can vote, and the same way that people nominated was for patrons. You go to patreon.com/Schmoedown, and at any tier, it doesn't matter if you're at the $1 tier or the $20 tier, you'll be able to vote. So you want to sign up today. Nominations will come out soon. This is from Johnny IP. Hello, peoples. Season's greetings and all that good stuff. I have some suggestions if you don't mind. I think Troy Baker and Nolan North would be cool, or get Xavier Woods on to talk, and WWE and the Golden Girls. Xavier Woods would be awesome to get on the show. Are you kidding me? I would love to have him on. He's definitely a big wrestler, obviously, but he's also really big in the gaming world and the geek world. So yeah, I would love to have him on eventually. That'd be great. It's always sunny in Philly. Hey guys, Kristian, when I'm not able to watch live, I usually send my questions in a day in advance, so it will make the show. I hope that's okay. Of course it is. I have my meet and greet tickets for New York, and I'm making the train ride from Philly. I'll see you guys then. What a great show to be at for New York, man. I mean, so here's something for Winston, by the way. Yeah.
Real quick, Xavier Woods is a wrestler?
Yeah.
Because there's a safety on the Cowboys.
Oh, I know, and I got
Xavier
confused.
Woods. Yeah,
I was like,
really
he wrestles and plays football?
Yeah, sorry, I just had to ask that because there's a
I appreciate that. I was like, am I crazy?
Yeah.
Maybe his name's not Xavier. Maybe it's not Woods. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
yes, it's Xavier Woods. They're talking about him. I'm sure it's the one from WWE because he's in the geek and game.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I just it confused
I
me.
Googled just now, and it was top thing was wrestler, but the second thing was NFL, and I was like, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, just make sure I'm not crazy.
So what was I saying there? Oh, yeah. So for you, let's say that, and we'll talk about the little draft mishap in a second as well. But what I will tell you, though, is that if you happen to draft the family, which would be Drew McQueen and Andrew Guy, you'll be going to New York because Andrew Guy is facing up against Robert Meyer Burnett in the undercard, thanks to Ben Bateman. And then in the main event, you have the Inner Geekdom champ, Kevin Smets, defending against the former Inner Geekdom champ, Mara Kanopik. So tickets are on sale. We're gonna do a Christmas deal. It's only going to be available for a little later today until the 26th, but then it goes. So there's about 85 tickets left. I'm thinking about the guest list too. 85 tickets left, and so you're not gonna. You got about a month before you can get tickets. So if you're gonna be in that area, be like our boy Johnny here and get the. Excuse me, not Johnny. It's Always Sunny in Philly, and get your tickets today. The Schmoedownlive.com. Shelby127. The only disappointment I had in The Rise of Skywalker is that they did not dedicate the movie to Peter Mayhew. It's a good call. I love the movie. It was amazing. Only a few small complaints. Loving the matches being released right now. I caught up last year back to 4, but I never watched season 3. May try them now. So what he's talking about is we uploaded, or RB3 re-uploaded all the matches from season 3 on the
There we go.
We're
back.
We're back.
Sorry about that.
Everybody's letting us.
We did test it
I
this
wish
morning.
there was one person that we could tell in the chat room that you be the person that says no audio.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody.
Facetious Christ was like, not sure if anyone told you, but the sound isn't working.
Oh.
Sounds great
You're the
here.
first
I
one.
don't know.
Now there's an echo.
I can hear everything.
now
So
there's an echo. My mic's on. Okay, great.
When Ben Goddard became.
What the fuck? Let's.
We're good.
We're good. Good now.
Wait. And 3, 2.
We should be solid.
All right. How's that, everybody?
How is sounding now?
How's that, everybody? Good. Good. Not good.
Perfect. They're saying it's good now.
It's good.
So
All right.
there we go.
Everybody's sorry.
All right, look. It happens.
RB3 with the quick fixes.
right.
That's what's up, boy.
That's what happens.
I see you,
And he
man.
knows the system now. He's got it locked in. It's like Han Solo on the Falcon.
Right.
Yes, I know it doesn't work, but it doesn't work the way I don't want it not to work.
This is something I wanted to say to you guys as far as the movie itself. we'll talk a little bit more about the Rise of Skywalker, obviously, once we talk about the box office. But season 3, RB3 put all the season 3 for the Schmoedown up on the channel, and so what I started to do, and then I realized that not everybody wanted to see it that wasn't Schmoedown fans, is that I was putting them all as premieres, and if you wanted to go back and revisit them, but since it was in one point, but then there were some people who were like, "No, I didn't sign up for this," so they decided they didn't want to be a part of it anymore. So instead, what I did is we're releasing them all, and I'm going to release the schedule of when they're going to be announced on the Facebook group. But I'm not releasing them. You won't get it in your subscription box. You just have to find it, so that way you don't get bombarded with it, and it doesn't clog the box.
That's what they mean. They didn't sign up for it. Is that they every time it goes over as premiere?
So so we're putting like 4 or 5 matches up a day. So basically, the entire season is clogging up your sub box, and I understood. I mean, I wish people would have those conversations as opposed to it's a harsh world in general, but people do. They just go, that's it. So instead of that, we decided we're gonna just take it out of the sub boxes. So there'll be a few that go in the sub boxes, like we did. We'll do like some of the title matches or the big, like when Roka and Merle happens, we'll definitely rerun that on the premiere. So okay, now let's get to Shelby 127. The only disappointment I had in the Rise. Oh, we did that one. Sorry. And this is Steven Sabring. For Mandalorian number 7 watch along, didn't get to donate live. Well, thank you, Stephen. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of fun doing that. We're going to be doing the full watch along and spoiler review for the Mandalorian this Friday.
That was my question. Yeah. I thought what I read was that they were giving us a double last week to end it out. So there was a Wednesday and then a Friday. Yeah. So I was sitting around on Friday with nothing to do. Like, so what the fuck is this bullshit? Yeah. I could have tried to watch this motherfucker hit on Bonnie, and I just
I think what it was that they just wanted to get the episode out on a Wednesday, so then they could still give a preview to the movie.
And probably not take away from people going to the movie.
Yeah,
all right, well,
both on that too.
That makes sense.
So let's see. HV3. Have you considered starting the Schmoedown Hall of Fame? Who do you think would be your first inductee? What color jackets would you use? You should do something completely different, like pink, to separate yourselves from other sports. We are considering doing. I don't know if we're going to do it this year, even though it is the 5 years. I mean, shit, it'll be 6 years now. But we are going to do it eventually for sure. We'll do a Hall of Fame. First inductee,
Rachel.
First, I don't know. First, probably be she's a
first ballot.
She's a first ballot. Her and Clark are getting the Yodi Award this year.
Okay.
Mark Riley, maybe.
Riley, I was gonna say Riley.
Maybe Mark.
I
Riley.
was just thinking of retired players. I don't know. Can you
normally
get in the Hall of Fame?
It's how it normally works. But the same thing is Riley was retired at one point. Rachel, I mean, I guess for now because she is, but if she comes back, it's the same thing eventually.
For sure.
Clark Wolf would be one too, but
Dan Murrell,
Sam Levine,
Roka. So I think that I think all of them. I think Rachel,
the motherfucker, has a rule named after him.
I was watching those earlier matches, and like
you see why you got the rule.
Yeah, I know why it's called the JCE rule because like it is one match. You make them repeat like 5 questions.
But no, I mean, Rachel and Clark would be first ballot. Right, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I think that's all. I don't know who the very first one is though. But I don't know. Well, maybe Merle, maybe Roka. Hard to say. Knapsack's Ponytail's back. I meant to ask this last week. Did the automatic title rematch rules change? Don't players get automatic rematch if they have one defense of the title? Oyama successfully defended against Snyder, so if that's the case, he should play Bateman again. It was never one defense. It was always 2, and depending on who you were also. But it was always 2 defenses, and then Robert Meyer Burnett changed it to 3 defenses.
Oh,
so that's and things will change up next season, but depending on who and what. But no, Oyama will probably get a number 1 contender shot, most likely against Bibiani.
I feel like it's better to do a contender, like make them earn not just like a rubber match.
It just depends though. Like when you're Dan Murrell and you had 2 straight defenses and 5 straight victories in your first run, then yeah, you can get an automatic title match again because you kind of earn it. It's the same. It's based off kind of the UFC structure of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like. And it's also look at how you did it. Like Oyama's defense against Snyder, he'll say it too. It was ugly. It was an ugly defense. And then he lost pretty handily to Bateman. So an automatic rematch, no, you're not going to get that. Now, so the reason that the Shire Wolves got an automatic rematch, they defended twice, right? But that rule was changed afterwards. So there you go. Okay, now we get to Nap Sucks Ponytail again. Any update on the possibility of the Tampa live event? I'll be down there for Mania weekend, and I'm on the fence about getting NXT tickets for Saturday night. But if there's a Schmoedown event, I'd rather support you guys. I don't know yet. I don't know. Right now we only have New York that we're doing, and then we have Atlanta, and then Free for All in March, and obviously the draft and the awards, which is going to be January 11th at the Comedy Store, which is going to be amazing. And if you haven't got tickets for that, those are only like $20 for the whole entire.
That's going to be
thing.
a great night.
It's going to be great. Two drink minimum. It's going to be a great day. It starts as a daytime.
I was going to say,
event.
I'm taking that day off work and the next day.
If I bring a flask, so I still have to pay for 2 drinks.
Yeah, it's the Comedy Store, man. It's not me.
What if I'm like, yo, just bring me this cup of water, and then I just
You can get 2 sodas. Fucking cheap.
Maybe, hey, maybe I'm trying to watch my weight. It's a lot of sugar.
You got 2 Pellegrinos right there for you.
Hey, Pellegrino is a rich man's water.
That reminds me of my favorite drunk impression thing that you used to do is Brett. So give me a drunk Brett review on an episode of a cooking show.
Hey, no, seriously. Hey, but number one best in the nation is the Great British Baking Show. Number one in the whole nation. That's a British show. And hey, no, hear me out. I'm listening. I can't do this right now.
No, why not?
I'm gonna throw up.
That's good. That's your best impression.
But bring up to Ellis that you want to bring a flask into the Comedy Store. I'm sure he'll be. This is my house.
Oh, he gets. Were you there last year for the awards? Oh yeah. He like you can't. No. Roxy just took like a little puff of a one hitter, opened the door. Ellis, like it was like he flew from the back. He was like Nosferatu, he flying out the back and grabbed her ass. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" She's like, "Oh my god!" And it's like, yeah, you can't fuck around. So I made it, and I also made it clear because last year apparently it wasn't clear about the 2 drink minimum, and I put it in a big red fucking bowl. Yeah. 2 drink minimum. That's because the thing is, the Comedy Store is because Mark and I are regulars there, and it is our house. They're giving us a really nice opportunity to run this thing from the main room, which they don't give a lot of people the opportunity to do.
Can't I just give the waitress $15 and be good with it?
Get too fucking difference.
I would rather her get the money. I just want her to get the money. I know she's busting the ass.
All right. Well, listen, I don't have anything else to tell you. All right.
I will buy my 2 drinks. I'm not that cheap.
Big B. There was a shooting in my neighborhood Saturday night.
Jesus.
3 stray rounds hit my house, 1 through the sofa. Jesus. When I normally would be sitting at this time catching up on movies. I just so happened to be upstairs on my PC watching Harloff's Mando review. Thankful. Holy shit.
Damn.
Jeez.
That's crazy, dude. Well, I'm glad. I mean, that's the kind of crazy shit, though.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine, like those scenarios? It's like what if, it's not that it could have been anything that he was watching, but that particular day, what if I decided that not to do the review, and then the guy goes and sits on his couch for that day, or if someone else that he watches something else decides not to? It's crazy how time and that kind of shit works.
That old house we used to live in, there's a bunch of oak trees in the neighborhood, and before we moved in, there was like one in the front yard. And the lady was in the kitchen, and literally she was making a sandwich. She dropped the knife and bent down. The oak tree split in half, fell on the other side of the street and on top of the house, and the kitchen counter stopped it.
Wow.
That's crazy.
She was bent over?
Yeah, like she was like, I mean, she stayed down. She heard it coming at that split second, but literally was already down there, luckily.
Well, speaking...
Go ahead.
Well, speaking of bent over, this is from My Hemorrhoids Hurt. Have you ever tried anal? This was something. That's what it says.
Wow.
With my ex-girlfriend, I didn't like it. Moved on.
I get this weird mental block that I'm always so afraid I'm gonna like hurt a girl that no, not that I'm gonna hurt a girl that like I genuinely I'll start and then I'll be like, nah, I go soft because I'm like, this is I'm so scared right now. I don't want to hurt you.
Right.
So no.
RB3, put the camera on yourself right now.
No, just talking about that near death experience type shit. Like
with the anal?
Hit him with the bagel boys real quick. Hit him with the bagel boy.
God.
Yeah. All right, Sensei. I see you, Sensei.
I'll tell you, as great as this song is, you know when it doesn't work? Opening a show.
Yeah, it's very true.
It does.
It starts too slow.
Not that it starts too slow.
Oh.
Because the lyrics are so good. This part does. But you watch this.
I ain't no
Hey, everybody! You're rapping with
So
me.
we have the file. Let's just clip his.
Just the audio.
Clip his.
Just the beat.
No. Would you have him coming in? You can do that. You're saying the words are
I'm
messing
just saying,
you up.
yeah. You want to play. You want to give. You don't want to talk
But
over.
but we are right now, and it's fine. Like you still get the like it's fine. Anyway, my point is, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's funny that you mentioned that because on 9/11, my mom was in the World Trade Center and left 15 minutes before the planes hit because she was doing a charity thing for a school, so she had just taken off.
Shushling schlong, I want along a ding dong.
Okay.
Hey Kristian, since we want the Getting and Ross spoiler review, can we get a cat spoiler review? LUL, thanks for all the hard work and great content.
I forgot we were supposed
Long live Schmoeville.
we were supposed to get high and go see Cats, weren't we?
Yes.
I completely forgot about that.
So about 9/11.
Why'd you get? Don't get, see this. I'm gonna stop taking away. You can't delete comments anymore.
What? You want that in the chat?
I think it's funny. They
You
said-
want that in the chat?
So they
What
call
was
him
it?
Bagel Boy because his asshole looks like a bagel.
You want? Yeah. Let's leave that.
But why? I mean, he wasn't being hateful. It was a funny joke.
That was not funny.
It's pretty funny. Don't just censor people.
Oh
my god.
So when the
censor
song
people.
goes, "I'm stealing your bagel and stealing your bitch," is like
is that offensive?
is that no? I meant like.
But what if somebody put that in the chat room? Would you have gotten rid of that? You said he's stealing your bagel.
If it was towards somebody, yes.
Right. Well, he didn't. He just said
That's
you
not
had,
even-
you had a bagel asshole. So he said.
Well, that's more what I was getting at. I was like, if he had a bagel asshole, it's like what is I just.
It's not just because it's about me. If they said it towards anybody, I would have fucking said that.
Yeah.
Like, god
fine.
damn, y'all.
It's fine. If someone calls me a bitch, that's officially it's on, and then I'll just go.
That's the thing. Like,
I
I'm
just
all
take the
about
restraints
jokes and everything, but like, god damn,
No,
like,
no, no.
take a chill pill, y'all.
Well, what I mean is depending on how it's said. If it's said in a manner of which like you're not fully disrespecting me, but you think you just gonna say something to me, then I'll go full dozens on you. But if you like call you little bitch, then like I actually will probably fight somebody. It just depends. You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. Don't just delete stuff. Okay. All right. Let's stop that. Do it on your channel. It's Always Sunny in Philly. Not sure if he able to watch the live stream. And if Ben or Winston aren't on today's show. Kristian, I'm sorry, but fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Eagles. See
I
them on
mean,
New York.
I'm looking forward to them going into the playoffs and then getting mollywopped by
Stomped
any team in
the
there.
fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, enjoy the playoffs. If you win next week, and we don't, because we can still get in the playoffs if that happens, but they're gonna get annihilated by anybody in the NFC.
Anybody
You still laughing at the
Can you
bagel?
see the chat right
No,
now?
don't you
Why?
fucking
No,
say it.
What is it?
Why is it? What's going
People
on?
can't see this because we have to clear them. But
Oh.
can I just read some of these? Like, can I? Somebody said anal is overrated. I've spoken. Somebody says looking forward to timestamps for bagels and anal.
Paul Denuzio is like, Ben's asshole's like a bagel full of cream cheese.
Somebody just sent a super chat that says, "Ben, why you so bagel hurt?"
See, this is the thing. No one would be doing this if you didn't fucking call it out.
Shouldn't have deleted shit. It would have just been in the room and it would have disappeared like a fart in the elevator for like a split second. Would have stunk, and then people were like, "All right, I'm over it." But you can't. Once you start, there are certain things that I'm all about getting rid of, and you know that. But it's just that was a funny joke. If somebody here would have said that too, we would have laughed at it.
Yes, someone here. That's a fucking different thing.
Oh, it's so funny. All right.
Jesus.
Oh, that really chaps my bagel.
Hey, you better put some on it. Put some cream cheese on that, bro.
Merry Christmas, fuck faces.
Hey,
Oh,
man.
it's so good.
Hey, man.
That's so good. All right. No more ass up. All right, let's go. So, a silly buffoon. you're welcome on this show. Kristian, why the F wasn't Don't Tell Peter nominated for Moment of the Year? It is the best spin of Smets. It defined him and was the reason of the massacre we witnessed at Spectacular. Big oof. Well, it's funny because a lot of people said to me, why didn't you nominate this? Look at the people who nominated and yell at them. I put my nomination in there, and I actually put that was in the potential nominations for the Kalinowski beat Smets thing. It was the whole entire thing, the culmination. It wasn't nominated. It wasn't voted for a lot. I mean, there were over 350 people nominated, and I went through it over the course. It was exhausting over the course of like 4 days, and just went through each, highlighted, and added them all up. It didn't win. It didn't get nominated. Do
you want to go over the rest of the nominations now? Or wait
yeah,
for
we can go over. Let's go. Well, no, for this, let's go. We can go over the nominations. You want to do them?
He steals bagels and censors your jokes. Then Goddard everyone.
Damn.
Hey, that's $20. I'm okay with that.
I was gonna say it's $20
because this guy did it for free in an alley somewhere.
No, I don't have it. I don't have it on me. If you can do them if you want.
Okay. Sure. All right, here are the nominations for everybody for the Schmoedown Award. All right, best entrance by an individual. Greg Alba, Free for All, Star is Born entrance. Jeff Snyder, the Free for All, Bear Jew entrance. John Roca, Sick Game from the Spectacular. Andrew Dimolanta, Flying the X-Wing against Laura Kelly. Rachel Cushing, San Diego, her Lord of the Rings entrance. And Bibiani, Love Actually versus Chance. That's right. Best entrance by teams, Crimson Fury. That was Tim Franco revealed as the mystery partner. Shire Wolves, the Thelma and Louise entrance against Critically Acclaimed. The Looney Bin, their debut entrance. Shazam pretends they're announcers. Scream Queens entrance versus The Odd Couple when they pretended they were in Scream. The Inner Geekdom, Star Wars Player of the Year. Kevin Smets, Mike Kalinowski, Rachel Cushing, Alex Damon, and Chandru Detupani, a.k.a. Chandru the Chosen. Upset of the Year, Riley versus Howard. Looney Bin versus Time Machine. Oyama versus Merle. Odd Couple versus Shire Wolves, Crimson Fury versus Loose Cannons. Podcast After Show of the Year, Call to Action, Take 3, Dedicated to Art, Jaw Movies, Abby Friel's Twitter reactions, Manager of the Year, Kaiser, Dagnino, Stryer, Washington, Knapsack and Hancock, and Robert Meyer Burnett. Babyface Team of the Year, Shazam, Shire Wolves, Wildberries, Founding Fathers, Paddington 2, Heel Team of the Year, Corruption, The Family, Crimson Fury, Odd Couple, The Movie Guys, Babyface of the Year Singles, The Kid, Bibiani, Bateman, Merle, Cushing, Heel of the Year, Guy, Burnett, Kalinowski, Kaiser, Grace Hancock, and New Team of the Year, Looney Bin, Shazam, Time Machine, The Movie Guys, The Family, Rookie of the Year, Paul Oyama, Kevin Smets, Paul Preston, The Kid, Tom from the Looney Bin, Comeback Player of the Year, Ben Bateman, Jeff Snyder, Dan Merle, Kalinowski, Andrew Guy. Moment of the Year, Bateman wins the singles tourney and the title in the same night. Bibbs goes from one to the end of the free-for-all. Roca shows up sick to play at the Spectacular. Rachel beats Kalinowski and becomes a double champion. Atchity challenges his own win. Match of the Year, Irwin versus Merle in New York. Kalinowski versus Cushing at the Throwdown. Kalinowski versus Smets at Collision. Kalinowski versus Cushing, Inner Geekdom in San Diego. Looney Bin versus the Time Machine. Corruption versus Shire Wolves. Corruption versus Founding Fathers. Shazam versus the Movie Guys. Team of the Year, the Shire Wolves, Corruption, Shazam, the Founding Fathers, Odd Couple. Singles Player of the Year, Merle, Bibiani, Bateman, Oyama, Kalinowski. Overall Player of the Year, Merle, Cushing, Bateman, Kalinowski, Bibiani. And that's all that's the awards. That's the awards.
Jesus, that felt like, oh God, that felt like a black preacher at church being like, let me go ahead and tell y'all real something about something real quick. I don't think y'all heard me.
but we've been here for 3 hours.
Come on.
Let them all know.
NFC East Championship is today.
But the fans were the ones the patrons were the one who nominated. So let everybody know as far as Don't Tell Peter. And those can all be found on the Facebook group. So you go and join the Facebook group on the Schmoedown Facebook group. Go and check it out, ladies and gents. Okay, so now we move on to, and again, the Schmoebot is on, so please go and if you want to interrupt or you want to wait until Ellis gets here, whatever you want to do. Carson Wentz, where's the Rise of Skywalker spoiler review at? Your fans don't want to watch other people give their thoughts on the movie. We want to hear your thoughts. Kristian, sorry, brother. I have my non-spoiler up there. If you want to check it out, it is up there and ready to go. there's a lot of different reviews out there that you can watch, spoiler reviews that people are out there talking about it. My non-spoiler is up on the channel today if you want to check it out, but I will do a spoiler-heavy review of The Mandalorian on Friday, so please come and check that out.
I'll be doing my spoiler review today at noon.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, Wiley Todd. Am I the only fucking one that loved Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn? Super underrated. Like we got Last Christmas and Bad. It's pretty bad. And Bad Santa 2, which are both worse this for Christmas. That's just, I mean, that's a, like as everyone else says, weird flex, bro.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at the way you just dad joked the hell out of that.
That's true though.
Weird flex, bro.
It's the truth.
Oh, wait a minute, guys. When you're talking about one thing, you bring up Four Christmases? Oh!
Why would you do that?
I mean, you're in the middle of a 27-hour nomination list. It's just trivia.
I got to get you a pinky ring just for that impression.
I mean, the two people that when you're moving your hands is Sebastian. The other one is when I do Bonesaw or Macho Man. Oh yeah, Bonesaw is ready. Yeah. So good awkward silence.
I mean, where do you go for Bonesaw is ready? Like I don't.
Well, I can tell you right now, brother. Everywhere you can go up and you can go down.
Sorry, Ben.
fucker.
Here's the $20. I could have repeated the joke, but I don't want to ruin bagels for
That's
you
true.
anymore than they already have been.
It is.
Merry Christmas, folks.
It is.
Merry Christmas.
It is Hanukkah, so
Yeah.
you know you don't want to just be out here ruining bagels.
Yes.
Do not ruin the bagels.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, let's see. So now we go to Suge Knight, the good Suge Knight
I'm
223.
trying to find a reason to use the drum roll again.
I love the drum roll.
I mean, everything Suge Knight says, it's
Is
got
a drum roll.
yeah.
Yeah.
Winston, can Obama ask Kristian why he screwed Swag out of the #1 pick of the draft? How's everyone doing today? Happy holidays to all of you. SEN has been great, and it introduced me to the Schmoedown and introduced me to great people. Thank you, Kristian.
Mr. Harloff,
Yes, President Obama.
I'd really like to know why you would go out of your way to keep a young brother down who's just trying to make his way. There was a number of people early in my career tried to keep me down. White people. So I just very curious.
It's all right. It's only $1. You're fine.
You can't go any better than one of them.
Dude, I was like, who
it's good.
tried to specifically keep? I was like, I guess it was just a bunch of white people that were like, I don't want to know who's Hussein is my president. That was the only thing I could think of. So I was just like, white people.
Good. That's so good. Okay, let's see. So we Keith Zaries, by the way, put in the Schmoebot before and asked as far as the previous would the Blue Fairy question come in there. You never know. Mr. Saturn, hey, a big fan with the behind the curtain Schmoedown question. I know you use character storylines like pro wrestling, but unlike wrestling, there isn't predetermined. How does that unpredictability impact how you make booking decisions? Keep it up, and also Schlong. Well, it just depends on who's playing. So for me, it's always choose your own adventure. I have to know, and the Andrew Guy Merle match really taught me this, is that I have to know every single direction of where I'm going to go if person A wins, and I have to know where I'm going to go when person B. Perfect example is when Kalinowski played against Team Action, and he was going to go heel either way. If he won, it was going to be him, LaQuasto, and Gertler who would go heel. And if he lost, then Kalinowski would turn on his crew, leave, and we shoot a scene in the back. And that's exactly what happened. So it's just you always have to be kind of prepared for it that way.
If I can plug the Patreon real quick, because there's the level of like coming to the studio and watching the matches. That's what got me to be a Patreon, is watching this man right here running around the studio, but somehow as soon as the match is done, one of the announcers will ask, so what's the storyline? And he'll just he got it. And that was just seeing like his passion about storylines. That's definitely worth the price of admission of coming to a studio match, is to see him just create the storylines right then and there.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean that'll probably go with old age. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Now we got Jay Goldeneyes. What's everybody's drink of choice? Action Army has White Claw. Ben is a bartender. Winston drinks. Christian's Macallan. And just curious. And happy holidays. I mean, I like a kettle. I like a kettle and soda when I'm out. But sometimes just a beer. I'm a light beer guy. I'm okay saying it.
I wish I would have known that.
Beer bloats me. I mean, I don't hate it. Like I like ambers, but I think probably I love scotches. Obviously, old fashions. I love old fashions.
Whichever
Also a big
manager
fan.
drafts Sky and the family drafts the full support of the Action Army. Whomever drafts Bagel Boy is gonna get creamed.
God damn.
Okay.
I like that double entendre. That was impressive.
That was good.
See,
I like
that's the shit I like right there. That was great.
I like what they did there.
Irish coffees though during the wintertime are awesome.
Oh, hot toddies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When you're sick. Yeah, I've been eyeing your bullet over there.
Yeah, right?
I just got that for a
that
gift
looks
from
delicious.
Ben today.
That looks
Those are very
delicious.
nice. Yeah, well, you don't get any of that. You take enough of mine.
I'm real excited about your gift.
I used to like beer, but like you said, it's bloaty now and it's heavy, and that makes me feel bad, and I can't eat pizza anymore.
Oh, is that true?
Oh,
Why?
No, it's
a
just
shits?
like it makes me just very. It was a very sad day, and
I'll tell you what. You could tell me that pizza would make my left ear start to turn into a gargoyle named Ralph, and I would turn that motherfucker into my newest friend because I'm never giving up pizza.
I feel like that makes me want to eat pizza more.
Well, I'm not saying I don't anymore.
Yeah,
but
the
repercussions are.
It's the same thing. If someone's like, we're about to play beer pong for the next 6 hours, I'm like, well, bitch, I'm gonna be farting the whole rest of the day. Let's go. Like,
look out. That's my favorite one of my favorite George Carlin jokes. So why do people say excuse me after they fart? Shouldn't they say look out?
Oh, dude, the absolute worst is, God, you were talking about farting in the elevator earlier.
Yeah,
I was leaving the AMC in Burbank, and this guy got out and had clearly just farted in the elevator, so I had to sit in it.
And he made it seem like it was you.
Right. So then I got off, and this couple got on. I was like, I swear it wasn't me. And they're like, what is it? Oh!
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst.
Hey, when that happens.
I've done that to people a lot. All right, let's see. So now, what's next? What's next? We are going to get to.
Good. That's good.
Dude, I'm glad you added this to the repertoire.
I like it
you're
too.
using this very well.
No dead air.
Haskell 420.
Trying.
Hey, gang, it's Haskell. Happiest of holidays to all you and your family. Thank you for having the go-to show every morning that's filled with so much laughter and your valued thoughts and opinions. Much respect to all of you. 2020 will be the year of legend. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Haskell.
Suge Knight 323 quoting one of the best quotes ever. I'm a firm believer in trial and error, and I believe my client is on trial. It's an error. That's from Bobby Gucci himself, Tom Madagnino. How does Gucci come up with this gold? You can see the growth of the league, and it's amazing. Yeah, that was one of my favorites. Used car Jesse. What was the deal with the healing power? Could she do that? Because this is, I guess, a spoiler. This is a spoiler thing for the movie here for Rise of Skywalker.
I mean, okay, I'm going to go ahead and immediately be like, it's fine. First of all, we've done it in God knows how many different games where you've used the Force to heal yourself. You just saw it in The Mandalorian where Yoda does that same shit.
Spoiler.
I didn't say who, but Yoda uses, we know Baby Yoda uses the Force. So look, we've seen the Force do ridiculous stuff. Whenever people get bent out of shape, unless it's something absolutely ridiculous, the Force connects everything. Of course it can happen, and they didn't make it that she all of a sudden did it and was like, I could just heal the whole army. Like, it took a toll on her.
I feel like that's why they posted that Mandalorian episode like days before the movie. I don't know if like they coincided with each other, but I felt like just a tiny bit of precedent
to know what's happening.
To know that like it can be done.
It's just silly to me because again, it's been in games, it's been in comics, it's happened before. So for people to really be confused about that is kind of silly to me.
And I put that tweet out the other day. I was like, I wonder how the internet would have reacted to Palpatine's lightning, because there's no precedent for it. Like, they never talk about it. Just suddenly, at the end of the last movie, he shoots lightning out of his hands. Like, I feel like the internet would, like, go crazy nowadays.
Where'd that come from? Yeah. The Spank Bank.
Oh.
Put the lotion in the basket, Kristian. What will you do a video about the best and worst of the decade? I don't know about the best and worst of the decade. I'm definitely going to do a top 10 of the year for sure.
If you want to go to First Cut, we have a best of the
Do you?
decade list with me and
great.
Ace. Yeah,
Awesome.
we have
I want to listen to that for sure.
Yeah,
Thank
check
you.
that out.
Did you do one a year, or what did you?
We're doing best of the year, first episode of 2020, but we did best of the decade.
Well, no, but that's what I'm asking you. So as you went through the decade, did you just say, fuck it, we're just going to pick X
Just-
amount or from
10
any year?
10 movies from all through the decade. So not
Okay.
one per year. Just
That's
all throughout the
all I was
decade.
asking. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we go to Jenny Lawson. Just wanted to wish all you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. Still catching up on the current season. Can't wait for the next season of the Schmoedown. Please pray for me because I'm still recovering from medical issues. Yes, Jenny, we are praying for you and hoping you get better. And thank you for all your wonderful support. Feel better, please. Matthew Zachary Reed. Ben, I have an idea for a Bandit theme song. DM me. Matt Reed.
Oh, awesome. Absolutely. For sure.
Darth J. Epstein. Man, they fucked up my boy Palpatine. Again, that's more of a spoiler-heavy conversation, but some people feel the same way.
I told you my whole theory.
Right.
No, I'm thinking.
Oh,
yes, you did. Yeah. I need to watch it.
We can talk about it off air because I don't want to do. You don't want to do spoilers.
Yeah,
It's fine.
The Skank Bagel. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
What was the worst movie of the decade? Oh man, that's a lot of
a
lot of research.
Yeah.
Cats.
Last
I didn't
Airbender's up
see it.
there.
Yeah, Last
Last-
Airbender's
oh,
up there.
that
That was
was within the
2010.
last year.
2010,
That was
yeah.
2010, last
Yeah,
decade.
that counts. It stinks. I'd have to.
What
I have
about
to
movie
look the list.
43? Wasn't movie 43?
That's in
Yeah,
there
that's
too.
in the
I'd have to-
decade.
I'd have to look.
I'd have to I still go back to just seeing that movie in theaters. The last Resident Evil. It's got whatever word after it, Afterlife or whatever it's called. That movie is edited with a fucking chainsaw. I've never seen so many quick cuts. I counted them. There was 43 cuts in 1 minute.
Right. Wow.
It was. I had I almost threw up in the theater. It's not a joke.
It's not good.
Oh, the Emoji Movie. I just did a quick
That's a bad one,
Emoji
too.
Movie.
Yeah, I'd have to go through my list, but there's
sure.
a lot of shit ones out there. Video Punks put in the Bagel Hurt thing. It was funny. Tommy Hartsock, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, guys. You make me laugh every day. I recently switched to the third shift to take care of my 4-month-old daughter during the day. Can you tell my daughter Emma to take a nap in your Arnold and Obama voice? Thank you. Okay, see. Emma, is that her name? Yeah.
Sasha, Malia, Emma, go to bed.
Hey, listen. Your dad's trying real hard. He needs to get to sleep. You don't understand anything I'm saying because you're 4 months old. But I tell you what you will understand is when you go back to it, you will understand, let your father sleep. Because if you want something and you say, hey, Dad, later on, he's not going to be able to pay attention to what you're saying because he wants to take a nap. And if you want to take a nap, you let them take a nap and he's got more energy. And the next thing you do, you get to do things you want. But you wouldn't understand that because you're not going to understand it until you're tired and you have to take a nap.
You don't have to yell at the child.
I'm not yelling. It's having a conversation. They need to learn it. They need to understand. And the next thing you know, she can. Who do you think changes her when she does the duty? He does.
Look, I'm just saying. She probably doesn't understand. You're talking in a very thick accent, very quickly. She's probably very confused.
I understand. Hey, would you like to say anything? Yeah, I just had to say. You gotta. Brett Skillet put in that Schmoebot before. Oh, Jared from Scubboy again. Can we get everyone's thoughts on the Tenet trailer? We talked about it last week. I loved it. I liked
great.
it a lot. Did everybody here watch the trailer for the Tenet?
My most anticipated movie of 2020.
Brett, what was your favorite thing about the Tenet trailer?
Well, I gave a little too much away. I think it was.
Yeah.
I like more of a teaser trailer or whatever. It seemed. What I liked about it seemed kind of like the Ghostbusters. It seemed like and more of an indie film.
What did you think about the mice?
Well, maybe too many mice.
Too many mice.
Yeah, I'm a more of a low. You keep the mice low on a movie trailer like that. Lots of action.
That's true.
There was so much
Can you
action.
believe that Betty White is actually going to get her first action film?
Really? Right? Yeah. Betty White. She's still going and did her own stunt. You look it up, and she did all of her own stunts in this.
She looked better than Robert De Niro in The
amazing.
Irishman for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out.
It was actually Betty White that they superimposed his face up.
I'm definitely going to check it out in 10 years when it comes on streaming.
Yeah.
Awesome. You didn't quite stick the landing there, but you got it.
White people. If you ever get stuck, that's just right there.
Head it up once again, guys. We're still on the streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. M. Sund, who put in the Schmoebot before, Paul Denuzio did. Nick Piccolo, hey crew, I'm off to work, but I just wanted to wish you guys a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas. Congrats on the spectacular and what you've accomplished with SEN. You guys are awesome. Well, thank you, Nick. You're pretty awesome too. Thank you for all the wonderfulness that you've put together through this network. Carson Wentz, can you at least let Mark Ellis do a spoiler review? It's not about letting anyone do anything. or do we have to let him?
Yeah.
It's not a matter of letting anyone do anything. Or do we have to go to a completely different channel to get one half of the Schmo's thoughts on the movie too? He's already done one. He's done one on the Rotten Tomatoes. So the answer is yes. You can go to Rotten Tomatoes and check that out.
Let him out of his cage,
I know, it's
Christian.
true. Let him do it. He's not a real human. He's just someone that we manufactured in a lab. RB3's loving that one.
He's actually he's not just arriving here at 11. He's just sitting outside in the rain.
Yeah.
Like we're just waiting for him to give it.
I
Going
did
over
lock
to-
the door. Was that bad? No.
Did you lock the door? No, we're at Super Chats. Garth McMurray. I want full credit for Ben and Bonnie's matchmaker. That's fair.
All right.
Michael T. Spoiler. Did you feel that seeing Chapter 7 of The Mandalorian helped your viewing experience for Episode 9 with regards to Baby Yoda doing that thing? I mean, there was definitely some stuff that they tried to connect together. And I also think there's things in The Mandalorian that they can do now that can explain a lot of things that were explained poorly in Episode 9 that maybe Mandalorian through a couple of seasons can maybe help out. Fictitious Christ. Hello, that's a good one. Bagels, the new fleshlight. You're welcome, Ben.
Damn, no.
Shug Knight 323. Can we all give it up for Brett, the real star of SEN, with his TV and his movie reviews? That's pretty damn good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Used Car Jesse on Mando season finale. Will they show us the flashback of the Super Droid scene when he was a kid and let us see what happens? I think they're going to, for sure. Obi-Wan slicing it in half would be pretty cool. I don't think Obi-Wan's going to be doing it anymore, because if it was going to happen, I thought it would be with Deborah Chow. I think it's going to be Mandalorian. I think it's as simple as that. I think it'll be a Mandalorian that saves him, or maybe even Boba Fett who saves him.
Yeah.
But not. I don't think it'll be a Jedi after all. Anybody else? No?
I agree with that, especially with him becoming a foundling.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize what foundling meant. I thought he was just actually Mandalorian, but I guess he's not.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
Yeah.
who, what? Who's the foundling?
The Mandalorian.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, from episode 1 he says that. And when she's talking to him and they talk about the foundlings, and that's kind of how it's revealed. Okay, look, we're gonna get into the actual news here. So let's get into the news, and we'll talk to Ben. Let's keep whatever you want to do. What do you want to start with, Ben?
we'll start with Rise of Skywalker.
Sure.
We've got two big things. Let's start with the numbers. Rise of Skywalker made $175.5 million over this 3-day weekend, which is very good, and then it was $373 worldwide, but comparative to The Force Awakens, which made $494 worldwide, and Last Jedi, which made $437 worldwide over the same 3-day period, it's a little lower, but it's still very successful. Do you guys think that it's because of the reviews? Do you think it's because of the divisiveness of Last Jedi?
I think people are over it.
Yeah, I think
people are over a lot of it, and I think that it's a disappointing number for Lucasfilm, but it's not. It's because of what they want to do overall, and because you want it to break records. You want people to be excited about it. You want to be part of the regime that says, okay, people are excited about it again, but it clearly wasn't the case. But what people also have to realize is that this number, how much worldwide was it?
373.
It's a big number.
It's really good.
It's a big number, but when you compare it to the stuff, like
Yeah.
it's significantly down from what Last Jedi did, and obviously from Last Jedi to then Solo doing bad, and then now this. That's you can look at it and go, things need to change regardless.
Did
Things
they
need to
come
change.
out the same time of the year? I mean, because I know that
A little
this.
earlier for the
Last
other
Jedi?
ones.
Yeah.
Last Jedi wasn't the fact that it came out too close to Solo. It was the fact that Solo came out. You're talking about Solo.
I'm
and
talking
Last Jedi?
about like near holiday, like
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
this is like
Last Jedi was
prime-
on my birthday, and then Force
prime
Awakens.
Force Awakens was the
shopping.
15th.
That's what I thought was going to be a problem with
Yeah.
Force Awakens. But Force Awakens came out at the same time,
Same time,
and
okay.
it set big, huge records. People are just like, and I said this on my Mandalorian reviews, and I said it here. I am okay if I never see a Star Wars movie in the theater ever again. If for me, TV, I believe, is the way to go, because I think it says a lot. I was talking to my brother about this. I think what it says is that it shows the medium of television and what television has done and the way that it's evolved over the last, and I'm just talking about Star Wars, I mean in general. There's a reason why shows like Breaking Bad and all the Stranger Things, that people have gotten so invested in these things, because you can do way more now than you can do on what network TV, and the handcuffs are off, that there's so much more development that you can get involved in. And as a Star Wars fan, I want to be in that world every week, and I want to be invested more and more and more, and that's what I'm getting with Mandalorian. And I can't tell you how much more excited I am that we're getting an Obi-Wan television show as opposed to a movie.
Yeah.
For what? For what?
Yeah.
Why do I want to see? I don't want to cram all this stuff together in 2 hours for Obi-Wan, and then have people complain about whether or not it fit like the prequels or it didn't. You give 8 episodes, and whether they're half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever it might be, and now I'm way more invested. So I've been saying on the Jedi Council like years ago, I was way more excited for Mandalorian than I was Rise of Skywalker, and the movie was fine. I just don't care if I ever see a movie in the theater ever again if it's Star Wars.
So that I'll go right into JJ was talking about the criticism of the movie, because this has the second lowest score of any live action Star Wars movie. And he was quoted saying, "I don't need to tell anyone here, we live in a moment where everything immediately seems to default to outrage. There's an MO of either it's exactly as I see it or you're my enemy. It's a crazy thing that there is such a norm that seems to be void of nuance and compassion, and this is not a phenomenon about Star Wars. This is about everything. It's a crazy moment," end quote. And he goes on to talk about how he still denies that there was no conflict between him and Rian Johnson, that he appreciates The Last Jedi. What do you think about JJ's comments? I think he does have a point about it's very black or white out there when it comes to opinion, and there's hardly any nuance.
Well, and that's what I tweeted about last night, is because this last week between Star Wars and people were going at Lizzo about her at the Laker game, and then they tried to go at her. People have been fat shaming Lizzo since the beginning, but they really got on it about the whole Laker game thing. And
what was the Laker game thing?
Oh, right, we're just doing the dancing.
She showed up with. I thought it was an inappropriate outfit, but she wore essentially a giant shirt with the whole ass cut out. So literally, her ass cheeks were hanging out at the game when she was walking, and then she started like twerking on the Laker floor, and it got posted. There were some fans at a 76ers game that were yelling "fuck you, bitch" to Isaiah Thomas, and so he walked over and he was like, "Hey, like, why are y'all yelling at me? Like, don't call me out of my name
for a Slurpee."
And then for a Frosty, they were like, "Oh, they're like, my bad, man. Like, if you miss 2 free throws in a row, we get a free Frosty. So my bad. I just wanted a Frosty." So like, just people are so quick to just throw words and throw blows without genuinely like giving a shit about people. That's why I was like grow the fuck up and have some humility. Like, just let's all get back to a place where we can at least look at each other and be okay without immediately busting out into a fight, especially over a movie. Like, I get it. If you don't like it, cool. If I like it, let me like it, and you don't have to. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not about liking the movie. It's about shaming someone that does or does not. Like, it's like, I have plenty of feelings about this movie, but if you like it, that's fine. Like, I have no problem. It's a fucking Star Wars movie. Like, I love Star Wars, but
that was the thing that I hated about, because I loved Last Jedi, because I liked the fact that they took a bunch of risk. It doesn't go by what a lot of people thought about, but like, people were genuinely trying to attack me over. Now, the funny thing is, I won't take any shit. So if you want to come at me, we can have these words. But I just, it doesn't make sense for me for people to be that irate about, even if it's that close to your heart. Take it up maybe with like the filmmaker if you're like, hey, this is what but don't attack other people just because they like something you don't. Don't yuck my yum is like a big thing that people say.
Or better yet, just have an opinion. Don't say shit. Just have your opinion, tweet out your opinion, but don't go after. You don't have to tweet at JJ. You don't have to tweet at Rian Johnson. You don't have to tweet at a critic or a YouTuber who likes it or doesn't like it. It's fucking have your opinion and have it.
Well, the good news is that we don't have to worry about it because we're not getting another movie for a very long time.
I did want to mention one point, though. For the box office, the original trilogy, each film does go lower and lower in terms of gross, like for the original 80s trilogy. So that is something we do see in Star Wars. The prequel trilogy is a little bit different. Yeah.
What also probably doesn't help is they decided to release a movie every single year. So.
No, see, but that Marvel doesn't have that problem. It's not the case. And I always push back against that because I still think if it was handled the right way and they had the right people running it, they could have done 2 a year and it would have been fine if they would have done it, if they would have connected the stories the right way. It was the biggest problem that I always have with this, and now people are finally coming on board, but I got screamed at so loud at so many times when I said there was never a plan for these movies.
No, I agree with you.
There was never a plan. And it was even someone the other day on Twitter was just like, how you can say there was never a plan, because there was never a fucking plan. There wasn't a plan. And first of all, from looking at it, you can tell. Then through doing research and asking people, then it was also confirmed there's no fucking plan. There was no plan. It was hey, you get a movie. Okay, then you want to come back? No, I can't. I'm doing other things. All right, fine. Then you get a movie. You write that. You don't want to come back? All right, how about you? You want to do a movie? I don't like what you're doing anymore. Hey, will you please come back and do this movie? Yeah, but I don't like what the last guy did, so I'm going to change it back to what I did in the first place. Okay, but it kind of contradicts everything that was in that last movie. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. All right, fine, just do it. That's.
I couldn't believe that. Like, I could not believe that they you can enjoy the movie again, but I couldn't believe that they let JJ make those decisions after.
But the same thing. But they let Ryan Johnson make the things that happened to JJ's stuff also. Like a lot of stuff that he did was shit that was contradicted because he set up Luke to be that. If you talk to JJ, he did not set up Luke to be this fucking recluse on an island. Han Solo says it on the ship. He says that he's going there to he was out to look for artifacts and JJ. Ryan kind of spun that he just kind of gave up along the way. And a lot of people go, I like Luke, how he was flawed and everything. I don't need Luke Skywalker to be fucking flawed. For the one time I've been waiting as a kid to see how Luke Skywalker was going to be as this powerful Jedi. It just never happened. But I also said, okay, I accept that choice. I don't like that choice, but I accept it. And it's just at this point for me, when I watch these movies in general, it's just, and that's why when I initially tweeted out and I said, this to me is a good close to this trilogy. That's all it is. It's not a closeout to the entire 9 movies. It's just not. I mean, because it contradicts a lot of the shit from the original trilogy. It's just a mess, and I'm very glad to see that next week on Friday I get to watch The Mandalorian. Then the Clone Wars come out, and then
I keep forgetting about Clone Wars. I'm so excited.
There's
for
a
Clone
new
Wars.
series that's going to come out after that. I'm going to invest more so in Star Wars television. I believe that's the way that to me it'll continue my love for being a Star Wars fan, and I can choose to talk about it. I can choose not to talk about it. I can share it with my family because that's what I really want to do now. I want to share this movie with my 8-year-old. I want to share The Mandalorian with my 8-year-old. I want to play the video game with my 8-year-old, and I'm gonna watch it through her eyes now. And I really don't have a passion to talk about it the way that I used to on the air. I just don't. I would much rather have conversations with my 8-year-old about it, and just and let people, like, that's why I say when people want to go and they want to have conversations about it, you should talk about it, and you should, however you want to do it. I'm just choosing that I'd much rather fuck around with you guys and Cade and everybody who comes on here and just kind of shoot the shit. That's more where I am today.
So Kristian, you mean to tell me you want to enjoy Star Wars the way it was meant to be enjoyed? You
son of a bitch!
I know.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's it. That's kind of where we're at. So what's next?
We have Witcher reviews are in. That's the big new Netflix show, and I've seen a few positive tweets about it, but so far the critical analysis has not been good. It has a 53 out of 100 on Metacritic, on IMDb. But I do want to say that there is a quote from Entertainment Weekly, but in the Entertainment Weekly article, they only watched 3 episodes. Okay. So I don't know how accurate. I don't know if that goes for all of these. From IndieWire, from Ben Travers, says the batshit energy driving a slew of increasingly odd choices makes for a pretty entertaining spectacle, which I guess is a overall positive review. The Witcher straddles the line between fresh and rotten. The first few episodes are tough going. If you can hang on, the pieces start to click into place. All that said, if you are willing to sit through those trudging opening episodes punctuated by a cool fight here or there, or an intriguing character scene, The Witcher slowly but surely finds its fantastical slide of bloody, schlocky fun. So, I mean, even the article, the headline says, like, the reviews are negative, but so far it seems to be get through the first few episodes, and then they're good, which seems to be the Netflix way. Is that, like, with these, I don't know, is The Witcher 10 or 12 episodes?
Not sure, but maybe someone who does know. Ladies and gentlemen, he just walked in the room.
Hey!
He is the Ellises of Marks. He is the Mark of the Ellises. He's Mark Ellis.
Well, I had the kids out of the house recently and went on a date night and had some margaritas with my wife, and we came back and we said, hey, let's try The Witcher. And I fell asleep during it, and then I didn't get to have sex, so fuck Witcher.
That's fair. That's fair.
See, this is why Brett, honestly, Brett and RB3 have tied for my favorite part about this show.
Yeah.
Brett will be silent for like a full 25 minutes.
But it comes in with a
and then out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't have sex because of the fucking Witcher.
Did anybody watch The Witcher? Anybody see any of it?
No, sir, but I do agree with Winston. I think Brett is like that dangerous 3-point threat from the corner that just kind of lurks around and you forget, oh my God, Ray Allen's on the court.
He's Robert Ory, bro. He's just chilling. What does it time for Big Shot Ori to hit this shit. Let's go.
Speaking of Robert Ori, I think we can all agree the Robert Ori of the Star Wars universe is R2-D2.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's always hits the clutch shot. You forget about R2-D2. And I'll tell you, am I allowed to spoil the Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live?
We're gonna move into that next. So
what a weekend!
I guess we'll talk about Witcher later. We'll talk about we can talk about Eddie Murphy because I'm glad we held off because I wanted to talk to you about
such a great week for the 80s.
Yeah.
I got Star Wars. I got a Top Gun 2 trailer. I got Eddie hosting Saturday Night
came
Live.
back. What'd you think of the episode?
I loved it.
Yeah, it was good.
I
liked it a lot.
effing loved it.
You see when he slipped he threw shit out there? He said shit.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was great. It was. You know what it was, and this is going to sound like a slight unless you actually watched a lot of basketball in the early 2000s. Is that this was Michael Jordan when he played for the Wizards, but Michael Jordan was not a bad basketball player for the Wizards.
No.
Michael Jordan had games.
Yeah, I was
where
there.
It was
he had the ending shot against the Knicks.
Yeah, ask Ron Artest how good Michael Jordan was because
Yeah.
Jordan pinned Ron Artest, caught him from behind, pinned a layup that he was trying, took the ball, went down the other way, and dunked it. That's what this was. It was epic. Merry Christmas, everybody. By the way, here, everybody gets a gift card. Everybody wins. This is everybody's getting healthy.
Oh,
This is
should I
from
just
Creation.
pass it down?
Now there's an asterisk on Christians. Because I'm glad I'm glad this wasn't like last week when you didn't know I was coming.
Right.
So there were like
I
more
did know you were
people in the
coming
studio.
today. Yeah.
So this is for your wife.
Makes sense. Thank you so much.
Creation's like my favorite, like juice shake place. Somebody show it to the camera so everybody can see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it's. They have them all over. If
I did mine backwards.
if your card doesn't work,
that's the game.
only one of the cards works.
Oh shit! Wait, is the other one a stolen credit card? So when I use it, I get picked up.
Yeah.
Is this a setup, Mark?
It is.
Okay, in somebody's sleeve there is a Holiday Inn key card from Wisconsin that I put in there.
Is your leftover McDonald's still in the room?
Fun little murder mystery.
But going back to Eddie.
Thoughts and prayers, by the way, Winston. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh yeah,
thoughts and prayers.
Cowboys.
Thoughts and prayers.
I've said this a million times. We just need to fire Garrett, and we're not gonna be good until we do. Bill Belichick even said it. Even said as a quote that with Randy Moss, he was like, "Yeah, an amazing player can't overcome bad coaching."
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck if we don't make the playoffs. We need to get rid of him and move on.
The real tragedy is that the Redskins play the Cowboys on Sunday, and it's like every Cowboys fan is rooting for the Redskins too, so that you can just put the final nail in the Garrett coffin. And that's I don't like y'all rooting for us. That makes me feel very weird.
Back to Murphy, and then I want to
Yes.
get to. We talked a little bit about you before with the Comedy Store, which was when we were doing the awards on the 11th. And we had said because Winston was asking, "Do you have to do the 2-drink minimum?" I said, "Yes, you have to do the drink minimum."
I am working on something.
What are you working on?
Fans, it's a 2-drink minimum if you're a fan there because we do have a lot of VIPs.
Yeah.
I'm working on trying to get rid of the 2-drink minimum for VIPs.
for the crew for the people.
Because this is what I told the store. I was like, look, most of these people coming, most of these VIPs
going to
coming,
drink anyway.
they're going to drink a lot more than 2 drinks. Right. So the average is still going to be 2 drinks. But if you don't want to,
you don't have to.
Then so I'm working on it.
Okay,
because all I was saying is I would rather just give the waitress $15 and not be forced to drink. Like that's like I'm
just give the money
that.
right back to the people.
Just write to it. Be like, look, thank you so much. Just bring me a cup of water. I'm chilling.
And so the tickets, by the way, they're on sale. Is it fixed on the site or not yet?
You can go right to the Comedy Store
website. Okay,
you can go to Mark Ellis.
So people were going. People were hitting me up and saying that it says sold out on the Schmoedown website. So get the tickets at the Comedy Store website. That's where
or
MarkEllisLive.net.
It's right there.
So both of those is where you can get it if you want to come January 11th for both the awards and the draft. They will be happening on January 11th at the Comedy Store. Starts at 12:30. So make sure you get those tickets today.
It's going to be a good afternoon. Now look, here's what I want to do real quick.
Yeah,
are we doing news?
We got to do Eddie first. We got to finish Eddie.
Eddie.
He comes in there and he does his. The monologue was great. I thought the Cosby shot was awesome. The fact that Chappelle and everybody else was out there and supporting him, but opening up strong with Mr. Robinson was
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I love the baking show too. The baking
show was great.
with the
thing that he made.
That's where he slipped with the curse.
Yeah.
Trying to drag you down to hell. You know,
seeing Gumby. I thought it reminded me of Rise of Skywalker because it had a lot of old stuff. And it's like, oh, we're bringing back some of the classics and some new stuff that surprised. And I was like, oh, that was the last sketch of the night.
The elf one
was new, and that was great.
I thought that was hilarious. It doesn't matter what my name is.
Yeah, that might have been the best one. I mean, did you get a chance to see it?
No, I saw it, and this is the thing with a lot of these where you go, when they bring back the old characters, it doesn't work a lot. This worked for me. It was like I was dying because, and my wife, I don't think saw as much back in that era, and I was just like, oh my god, it's buckwheat! It's buckwheat!
Buckwheat.
Which was a great time to the Masked Singer. That was hilarious.
That was hysterical.
I didn't think Velvet Jones was going to come back.
No.
Well, okay, so that was the only thing about Velvet Jones is that Black Jeopardy has been my favorite sketch for the last decade, other than What's Up With That, which is its own level of just absurdity.
Yeah.
They ran. I love that when they ran.
They ran into the ground.
Yeah.
So Black Jeopardy has been my absolute favorite, and it just did not hit for me, with the exception of the commercials, which are always funny. We were talking about that before we started. Put some water in it. Oh,
Yeah.
But his rant about Instagram hoes, where he's like, "Well, you should be respected, but take your business in your own hands," which is be an Instagram hoe. Like that killed me. That was good.
It was
good.
And seeing Gumby during Weekend Update was everything. Yeah. But here's how I'm horrible at predicting stuff that's going to happen in movies. Like I'm terrible at it. I never know who done it.
Right.
I was sure the opening monologue went exactly like I thought it would. The people who showed up.
Oh, you thought they would all come out?
I literally, my brother and I, we didn't get home to watch it until, because I was.
Did you watch it? You watched it back on the DVR, but the same night?
Yeah. So my brother and I, my brother's in town this week. Okay. So Winston, I think, got to meet him.
Yeah, he's a nice dude.
And he's awesome. He looks like Viking Mark Ellis. He's
yes,
just
that's exactly how
Viking.
I would describe him.
He looks like the ghost of Dwayne Allman. And so we saw Star Wars on Friday, and then we went to a Christmas party, and then Saturday I had a couple sets at the Comedy Store, and then I did UCB at midnight, and then so we didn't get back until like 2:30. And this is one of those things, like, I didn't mind seeing spoilers for Eddie Murphy. Actually, my friend Jacqueline Coley from Rotten Tomatoes was actually, she got to go do the dress rehearsal.
I remember she was telling us about it. She got in.
And I told her, I was like, look, this is not like a Star Wars situation. Like, text me all the spoilers. I want to know everything.
Wow.
And so by the time we got back, I had a little bit of, I knew kind of what was going to happen.
Why did you want to know? You're normally not like that.
With this, I wanted to know how it. I just wanted to know how it was.
How he did, because you didn't want to be heartbroken watching it.
And you're not going to surprise me as far as like comedy goes, because it's still going to hit with comedy. With something like Star Wars, like something like, oh, I really wanted to have that reveal in the theater. Like I know Eddie's great, but I kind of wanted to know how to calibrate my mind.
You know what I dug about him though too is he looked very invested, and he looked like he out of more so than even the cast members when he was reading off of the teleprompters, you couldn't even tell he was doing it.
Yes,
he was like a lot of those people that like the normal cast members, you could tell they're reading off the word. Not him. No. He was investing in it. He was locked in. He was having fun, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen a host do this on Saturday Night Live in a long time.
You know, it's been an interesting NFL season, because like when you watch the Patriots, they like, I can't tell if Brady is just older or if he just doesn't have the weapons around him, but watching Eddie on Saturday Night Live, like, you're watching the GOAT. You're literally watching the greatest person to ever be on this show. I think Dana Carvey's great. I think Bill Murray was great. I think Farley might be the funniest human that ever lived. Nobody is more important to the history of SNL.
He saved the show.
He put the show on his back.
Well, because a lot of people don't realize that because Lorne Michaels left the show, so there was they tried to put together all these actors and everything to do it, but Eddie Murphy came in and saved it, because it was ready to get canceled when Lorne Michaels wasn't involved.
We're talking about Saturday Night Live as like some relic from.
It was done. It was over in the 70s. I mean, I still argue that. I mean, to me, John Belushi's my favorite, but I think what you're saying as far as importance overall of, he single-handedly.
You'd give him MVP.
You have to.
Yeah.
He saved the show.
The Michael Jordan of SNL, for sure.
You have to, because he saved the show. It was done. Because even though those people that like Belushi, he had a lot of those other people, and the show was just moving, and he had the tools around him. Like, if he would have taken off, it would still survive. If Eddie Murphy leaves that show that year, the show's done.
Well, there's two things, one that we talked about and one that just came to me right now, that I would have really loved to see Eddie Murphy interact with Kate McKinnon more. Just she wasn't really a part of the show that much this episode.
Besides the opening debate thing.
No, for sure. And so with her being essentially like I guess you could call her the LeBron of this era, where like she's kind of put the show on her back.
Really?
It would have been.
You think so?
I
feel like she does the same shit every.
I mean, I'm not
set.
saying that she doesn't, but how many Emmy nods and or wins? How much is she able to really morph into these?
The show's been
characters?
garbage though. Even though she's talented.
I haven't
watched
watched
it. She's talented.
Yeah.
When she first hit the scene, I thought she was gold. But what was she doing last night? Whatever she was doing, it was the same impression.
Oh, I understand.
For Hillary Clinton, and she does the big movements and the laughs, and
I don't deny that at all. But it's very clearly like right now, it's her show. It's like her and Keenan.
She's the star. She's the star of the show. I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
But the other thing we were talking about before. The other thing we were talking about before the show is there was a screenshot of the 5 of them of what Tracy, Eddie, Dave, Chris, and Keenan all on stage, and I was like, that's the current reigning kings of comedy in my opinion, and I would love to see a special with the 5 of them. Just from being
that's gonna cost you some money.
Oh, but I'll fucking pay for it. God damn it, that would be phenomenal.
Can I tell you something? At that show, there will be a 2-drink minimum. Just so
Bitch, I'll buy 10 drinks. I'll buy a fucking bottle. Are you kidding me?
That would be. Yeah, I mean, I was sure Rock would show up.
Yeah,
Chappelle, I was pretty sure would. I was pretty sure Tracy Morgan would show up, and then Keenan's there. But like seeing Rock, because I think Rock's the funniest. He's my favorite comic of all time.
Okay.
Just pure stand-up comedy. And I know the reverence, because I've talked to people about this. The reverence.
You get a gift card, and you get a gift card, and you get a gift card, and you get a gift card, and...
Yeah, I kind of opened it. I like to be nice.
Harloff gets a gift card. The 80s are back. Now we just need Van Halen tour in 2020.
There you go.
Mark, happy holidays to you and your family.
Haskell.
See you all next month
Haskell.
in NYC. Ed.
He's one of the very few that I'll be like, oh, that's a Haskell
Schmoebot.
robot. Oh, that's nice. Okay, because I did give everybody gift cards, I do have a favor. I do have a Christmas wish that I have for somebody in this room.
Okay.
Anybody have can I wear that or like a sweatshirt or
a
jacket?
I was going to ask you. You looked like you were freezing.
I'm shaking because I'm nervous being on the air.
I saw that.
Can I?
Yeah. I might have one in my card. If you don't mind, are you going to be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ben.
What a hero.
Ben's coming in with the bagels.
What an absolute hero.
Yeah.
I was starting, but Ben beat me to it.
There you go. And I saw you shake. You reminded me like those little dogs that get like really cold and they start shaking.
I posted this.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Very nice.
God,
what a nice
so
moment.
Look at that. See, all that was practice for Ben when he takes Bonnie out. Oh, girl, I saw you shaking though.
What sort of blasphemy is this being? This is sitting on the ground below my feet.
Get out of here. Fuck this guy.
Jesus Christ.
This should be in a museum quality frame and not on the floor below my feet.
Just right here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they put it right there. You still haven't played that game yet.
I have not. You are such an institution of podcasting that is so unique unto yourself.
Hey Ellis, I've watched your special like 3 times, and I see it gets funnier every time.
Thank you.
Was wondering what everyone is doing for Christmas. Then we already know you'll be fucking up Cindy Lou Who's holiday.
So
Ben?
Yeah, Ben steals things. So he's
stealing his jacket. This looks
good, right?
It looks good on you, bro. You might have to keep.
Yeah, it got that Killmonger vibe to it.
You kind of, sort of, yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah,
you and New Kids on the Block.
He looks like white '80s Killmonger.
Your hair, my look. I can just get those pigments a little closer together.
A little bit. What else? You said you wanted to talk about something else?
I mean, look, I'll say this is that I've actually been very, very impressed after all the Last Jedi stuff. It is funny to see everybody celebrating Last Jedi now, because I remember 2 years ago I felt like I was on the island that Luke was on, where I'm like, no, I really like this movie, and so it was nice for me to be able to enjoy Rise of Skywalker as much as I did. I know we're not doing a spoiler review here today. I did one for Rotten Tomatoes. If you want to check that out, I tweeted out this morning, and I've actually this weekend, because like Tuesday I was a little like, oh God, is this going to be as bad as Last Jedi? Just like people attacking each other. There's definitely that. I've definitely seen that in the air. It has not been as bad as, and maybe I'm just more calm about it this time around. But I think this weekend, once the fans got to go see Rise of Skywalker, I see a lot of people that have enjoyed the movie, and so I like that. I like that people are just kind of, if you didn't like it, that's fine. If you liked it, that's fine. I think people are just kind of realizing, like, hey, this is my own thing. You obviously have trolls. You obviously have people that are going to want to argue on both sides, but I was trying to think in my head, I'm like, why am I so just enjoying this movie and just enjoying the conversation a little bit more? And then it hit me like a bolt of lightning. I'm like, I've been here before. Because I'm a huge Van Halen fan. And Van Halen has two distinct eras that fans argue about all the time. There is bickering, there's infighting, but at the end of the day, when you step back and you just look at the entire catalog, you're like, Jesus Christ, we got so much great music. With Star Wars, we got so many great movies, so many great moments. And for Rise of Skywalker, it was nice to see all of that displayed. So many things that were hearkening back to the past. So many new things that now we can debate about or celebrate, or all this new stuff that we didn't know we were going to get. And when you step back and you look at it, that movie had the charm and the pace and the fun of classic Star Wars to me. I think those were three elements that were clearly lacking in the prequels, where it was cool mythology, it was cool to add on to some of it, but it just felt like a lot of a slugfest. And here we're moving fast, we're having fun. I thought the comedy worked, the action was great, the reveals were cool. And then the end, I thought it was the perfect ending for what this saga was. And that's part about it. I got a text from my mom and my sister that they loved it too. And so now I'm going home. I fly home tonight and I get home on Christmas Eve. It's just going to be nice to just talk with my family about this. Like, I'm glad everybody in my family likes it. If you didn't like it online, we can talk about it. My family likes it, so I don't have to be at a Christmas Eve party. And they're like, but, I mean, did you like it when clearly there was no plan for this? I'm like, okay, that's fine. I just want to talk about it with my family.
Dude.
You know?
Hit the music, RB3. That's the show.
I was literally gonna say, like, shit, whatever the fuck you drinking, I want some. And that's not a knock. I mean, the happiness coming out of you, because like I enjoyed it too. But
it made
like,
me happy.
You were exuding such a positive energy right now that it's just wiping away all the bullshit that I've just been feeling the last, like, whatever is just.
And I'm telling you, because I was thinking about it last night with, like, and I know that, you know, maybe people don't hold Van Halen in as high regard as people do Star Wars, but Van Halen and Star Wars are my two favorite things of all time. And they were both kind of cultural revolutions when they hit. And, you know, again, people want to get lost in all the minutia of who said what about this, or what manager left, or which lead singer is better, and it's like look at all the shit we got, and it's the Skywalker saga's over now, and I don't know if Van Halen's ever going to tour again, but man, we got some good stuff, and so I'm just kind of in this very reflective, celebratory mode. And then 2020 we get Top Gun 2 and King Kong fighting each other.
When does Top Gun 2 come out? Is it June?
June, yeah. And we get Bad Boys in January, which I know you're worried about.
It's just January.
I know you're worried about January.
The last trailer for Bad Boys I thought was actually pretty good.
Really? I haven't seen any of the trailers.
I just saw the first one.
I didn't like the first trailer. Okay. The last trailer I actually did like it. Just the January date scares me for a sequel of that caliber to be out there. Yeah. But Top Gun to me, that's one. It's climbing up on my list to see how they make that
most
work.
Anticipated.
Yeah.
The new Nolan movie looks pretty interesting, and it's Nolan, so like I'm in. Yeah. But yeah, oof. Top Gun 2.
Well, no,
that's it.
Tenet for me, that's my most anticipated film of 2020 now. That looks incredible.
What else do we have on the news cycle here today, Ben?
We have, is this working? I haven't checked it yet.
It works.
All right, cool.
Hey, Ben, you know what else is working? Woo!
You look good. Not gonna lie, you look good.
We need to go shopping, sir.
Bro, it's on sale right now. It's normally $160 at JCPenney. That shit is $60.
Is it really?
You better.
They just closed there was a JCPenney that opened in Williamsburg, and everybody lost their mind in Virginia because everybody's like, "Oh my God, JCPenney right here in Colonial Williamsburg." Closed down. Closed down.
Oh, dude.
Freak people out.
Ben, what do you got?
We make our own clothes in Williamsburg.
Got Leonardo DiCaprio having a very, very nuanced take about streaming services. We all know the Scorsese takes, and even Spielberg kind of came out and said stuff about he didn't want Roma to be nominated because it was a Netflix movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, quote, "We need the theatrical experience."
Was that you or was that Kristian?
No, but I appreciate that, RB3.
because RB3 leaned into the mic, but it was a Kristian noise. And I'm like, man, these two are in sync. This is really good stuff.
No, hold on. Please tell me more about a guy knee-deep in models, what he has to say. Go ahead. I want to hear.
Dude.
Why am I getting this shit for it?
No, dude. Brett is the greatest sniper this world world has ever seen.
exactly what he is.
So fucking patient. And the minute he sees the white of your eyes, you're fucking going down. That was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
That wasn't for you, Ben. It was just that when I saw this story.
It wasn't okay.
No, when I saw this story, I was like, oh, good.
I feel like Ben is just like an abused like spouse at this point where he's just like, why are you yelling at me? I wasn't yelling.
Kristian
dude.
said it was going to be the story I had to read.
What did he say?
Brett just survives on nothing but bugs in the jungle for 5 days, sneaking up. He's got the full camo on, and he just gets, before you even know it's
just Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Ben. So Leo was
He was taking a break from his model yacht party to give this interview. We need the theatrical experience, and seeing a film on screen with the proper sound, proper scale, and vision of a great artist is what is entailed. And we need to have a place that isn't cannibalized by these slots that studios have their tentpole films. It needs to be both. And if a lot of these films aren't getting financed by the studio system, we'll have this new vanguard coming into town, end quote. And I really like that, where he's saying, like, he realizes that movies are supposed to be seen on the big screen, a lot of them, but studios aren't really going that way. There's not a lot of New Line Cinemas or Miramaxes anymore, so he's saying that Netflix and Amazon Prime and stuff like that can be that new thing for these smaller movies that aren't A24 or Blumhouse, which seems to be the only two like studios releasing independent movies. What do you guys think?
Well, I would just want you to finish the quote where he was saying, but at the same time, I respect streaming, and I don't like the fact that so many of these filmmakers are saying like, oh, well, this is whatever. I mean, we survived silence in the talkies. We survived like all that kind of like.
Let me ask you, why do you fear all of this? We made the transition of video cassettes to DVDs to this transition we're in right now. We survived the move to talks from silent films, the advent of television that was supposed to hurt movies. Right. What's the point of being afraid of this transition? Because it's happening right now. Given the inability to find DVDs and VHS tapes anymore, I just want to make sure that there's a great home for classic cinema too.
And what I appreciate is that was probably the most balanced quote I've heard about this debate about what is happening to the age of cinema. Because let's be real, don't fight the technology. You can't. The music industry.
No one told me kid from house party going be in studio today. Oh, that's Mark. Happy holidays. To Yellow Mark 1. No, you a VA coach boom from TC Williams pass away this past week. If
Coach
anyone
Boone.
wondered who that is, he Denzel from Remember the Titans.
Oh wow.
Right. I did see that actually. Yeah.
My dad went to Oxon Hill High, and his team played against TCW. I think it was a couple years after Remember the Titans. Because my dad's school had already been integrated for a year before he got there. But he played against that team, I think, of maybe 2 or 3 years after that.
That's awesome.
After that story.
That's awesome.
But yeah, all I was saying is like, instead of fighting it, like Apple got smart and made iTunes, and then Spotify became a thing, and like it evolved. So accept the evolution. And don't be so afraid of everything. There's gonna be another way to do this. You know what I'm saying? So that to me, that's why it feels like whenever Scorsese and everybody else was doing it, it felt like Grandpa yelling at Cloud, because it's just like, I get it. It's not the cinema films you grew up with, but like there's a way to do both. Don't be so afraid.
Back in my day, it was the fashion to wear an onion on your belt.
Well, yeah, but you know, and it goes even more to the debate of like. Yeah, like you said, advancement in technology, blockbusters versus independent cinema. I mean, Terry Gilliam had an awful, disgusting quote this weekend that came.
Yeah,
Did you see
fuck
that?
him.
Fuck him. Every time any of those Monty Python guys open their mouth, I'm like, can you please just? I just want to think about Holy Grail.
It's about Black Panther.
Yeah, he said it was terrible. Is it?
I could pull it up exactly, but it's worse than he said a lot of worse things.
It wasn't just like cinema's evolving. It was like racist ass shit.
Really?
Where I was just like, dude, don't ever talk again.
It sounded like it was just going to be like a Scorsese, like these movies or theme parks, but then it felt like to me like it was leaning in particularly to singling out Black Panther.
Oh, really?
And it's like, dude,
it was just like, well, all of a sudden black people want to fuck with Africa and you know whatever just
the actual quote he said, "I hated Black Panther. It makes me crazy. It gives young black kids the idea that there's something to believe in. Bullshit. It's other bullshit. I think the people who made it have never been to Africa. They went and got some stylists for some African pattern fabrics and things. But I just hated that movie, particularly because the media was going on about how important.
Here I went to Oxon Hill High School class of 2011. Don't make fun of me, Brett. No, I'm young Mark. You just got so many cool points and black points in my book today.
And black points.
Yeah.
I mean, the hat backwards did it for me. He got all the black.
Can we go back to all the episodes where I said Terry Gilliam was my favorite director?
Who's that?
Yikes.
Someone coming in hot here?
Is that Mr. Robinson?
Who's that? My
hello.
fan. Hey, we're. Oh, yeah, bring it over here.
Wow.
So we're live on the air here. Oh, look at this. See, I told you. Come here.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Come here, Vivi.
Oh,
Aw.
You have a
you.
gift.
Say hi. Say Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
We have a great one.
Have a great one!
Say, I want you.
Oh, wait, ladies. Vivi, can I ask you a question real quick? I have one question for Vivi. The last time you and I played one-on-one, who won?
Me.
That is absolutely true.
All right, no, you can't play the game. You can't play the game. Get out of here. All right,
Oh, that's great.
Thank you,
Merry
man.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Don't let Kristian keep that card. It's for you.
All right, hold on. Fine, I'll do this once.
Aw.
Oh, boy, look at this.
Oh,
Hello.
hi.
You say, can you sing one of your songs? You sing a song? All right, fine.
Can I eat my custard puff?
No, ask her. She's all right, get out of here, buddy. So there it is. Everybody. So
Dude, you have the best.
Oh,
family,
Stan. Oh
man.
shit, she got Stans.
Oh,
That
wow.
is good
Holy
stuff.
crap.
This is I'm not a donut guy, but this is the best.
You were talking
donut
about this.
you ever had.
Thanks for waiting till the children left.
Yeah.
No. I'm telling you.
I'm not a donut guy.
No, but this stuff is here.
Is this going to become an
No,
ASMR?
No, you gotta have a bite.
I've had a bite of Stan's. It's delicious.
I will do
I
RBG's
just
a
went to
big donut.
creation.
Normal glaze?
I just got some healthy
Yeah.
juice in
You
me.
want a glazed? Here.
Like, y'all have any idea what I'm going to be doing to my body in the next 3 or 4 days?
Yeah,
this is my last day to like
good
try
stuff.
to be healthy.
I'm going to do Christmas with my dad, so that's going to be all like, son, would you like to go get a steak? Hell yeah, I want to get a steak, motherfucker.
What part of the country is that?
Texas.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Get some brisket, perhaps.
Dude,
Some,
I'm going what? Raising Cane's? I got to get that chicken.
Raising
Like, I
Cane's,
do that
chicken
shit.
tenders. Raising Cane's. This is how badass Raising Cane's is. Most fast food places are like, well, yeah, like even Arby's, like, well, we have roast beef. Raising Cane's, we have chicken tenders.
That's all they have.
That's all we do,
That's
and
it.
you're going to be
Texas
happy
toast,
with it.
fries, and chicken
really good.
tenders.
To throw mine in, if you guys ever go to the Central Valley, either Fresno or Bakersfield, or San Luis Obispo,
put it in.
Firestone Grill, y'all take it, Christian.
No, it's right here.
Got it?
Of course you will. You're gonna steal all the bacon.
Yeah, I'll take it all.
Yeah.
Firestone Grill has the best tri-tip sandwich you've ever had.
Firestone Grill.
So it's in San Luis. It's called Doghouse in Fresno and Firestone Grill in Bakersfield. One of those 3 locations. Just get the tri-tip sandwich. Amazing.
All right. Good food recommendations. Williamsburg, as one of our fans knows, Sal's. Sal's by Victor, by Maurice, either way. It's the best Italian you'll have in Williamsburg, Virginia, which is known for its great Italian restaurant.
Exactly.
That was delicious.
That was amazing.
Do we have anything else to talk about?
Now we're just going to do ASMR from now on.
Just keep doing this.
It's delicious.
We talked about Eddie Murphy, and he did an interview saying that he is not going to change his comedy style.
Good.
Well, I think he's gonna change it a little bit. He says that, but
well, style is different than particular
Yeah.
jokes.
Mindset.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
The way that because you can tell, he said it in his quote that he didn't change it up for Dolomite. He certainly didn't, and that's kind of that was when I started to feel this is a good move that he's coming back, because when you watch that performance in My Name Is Dolomite, that's classic Eddie times 100.
Yeah.
And then you see he's on a roll right now, and now it gets me even more excited. I was already excited about Coming to America too, but I'm more excited not just because of what Eddie's doing, but because of the second team up he is now going to have with Craig Brewer.
Right.
Who also, and I'm sure that if you talk to Eddie, he would say the same thing. Like, there are certain directors who bring stuff out of you, and Craig Brewer, I mean, friend of the show, but that dude's the man.
Yeah, there was a really interesting interview that I had not seen until recently. Somebody sent it to me that Eddie did with Playboy, I think in 1990, where he was actually talking about how tough it was on the set of Coming to America working with John Landis, because I just assumed him and John Landis would just vibe so well. didn't work out that way. And it was a very interesting interview that I would let everybody know read. But if you get Eddie with a director who he feels comfortable working with, so I'm very excited about Coming to America too. I have not heard confirmation officially if he's actually gonna do a stand-up special or what his comedy special might be, because there's a chance that Netflix backs up the truck and they say, hey, if you're not doing stand-up, can you do some sort of like sketch variety thing that's a one-off that I would also really be intrigued to watch? Right. So I haven't. Martin's been popping around the comedy store. Oh, really? Martin Lawrence is just he's such a nice guy. Eddie is that guy that like, because the spots that I get at the comedy store they've been so good to me. I just that's the dream is that I end my set and they hand me a piece of paper. Because when they hand you a piece of paper, that means that, like, oh, this is a very special guest coming up next. It's popping in. And I open it up, and it's Eddie. I know exactly what I'm going to say. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the greatest comic ever lived. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it clean. I'm going to do it cool. And I'm going to bring up Eddie Murphy. That's awesome. That's the dream.
Yeah. I remember when I was coming up at the store, and, like, I just gotten past, and, like, Dice was on stage. And they said, he does this whole set, and they'll leave. So who's up next? And then they say, he didn't know who the fuck I was. But like a Kristian Harloff, right? And he was like, oh, yeah, this next fucking guy. I mean, you've seen him on Saturday Night Live. This guy. And I came up, and I was like, that was the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah, right.
It was so good. All right, so I want to get into, so by the way, so we're going to close out this show until we have another show here on Thursday, and the Schmoebot is still on, but we have streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. We've told you many times if you're watching the show for the first time, we don't have a sponsor and we are not run by anybody except you guys. So streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown and the Super Chat, that helps us going here each and every day. So thank you so much for all the wonderful donations. M. Sund put in a Schmoebot, as did Paul Denuzio. Nick Piccolo says, hey crew, I'm off to work. Wanted to wish you guys happy holidays. I did that one already. So why did it jump back?
It was a nice sentiment. I wouldn't feel bad about it.
I know, but I'm
retreading that.
I know.
He's got to send another buck.
I know.
Kill it if you have to.
Yeah, this is the one. Piz. Did you notice Ben Solo's scar on his face was healed when Rey healed him? Also, some theories that Rey was pregnant at the end from a line the Emperor says about.
What? Are we doing spoilers?
No, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to do the full thing.
I just don't know what the line is.
Yeah, I don't remember the line either. But again, that's full.
I feel like Moonlight Graham in Field of Dreams. Like, don't go over the line.
Yeah, I know. Alex Cavanis. Of course, there are things that I wish were handled differently.
The 7 words the Schmoebot can't say on YouTube. Feces, urine, frack, see you next Tuesday, schlong, sucker, mother, fornicator, and breast.
That's true. All true. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thank you. You just said breasts. I'm so confused.
Alex Cavanis said, who said, of course, there are things I wish that were handled differently in Rise of Skywalker, but overall, I'm just thankful I was able to share the experience of seeing a Star Wars trilogy in the theater with my daughter. After the prequels, I didn't think that was going to be possible.
That's what my brother told me that right before the movie started on Friday, because he literally flew in so we could go watch Star Wars together. We're sitting there, and like right before the theater goes black and you see the Lucasfilm logo, I'm like, hey man, this is the last time it's gonna feel like this. And he looks at me and he's like, I know. Remember when we said that at the end of at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You know what'd be really funny is to look at people like in 2012 when they announced that Disney bought Star Wars and like we're getting new Star Wars movies, and then look at them now. It's probably like a president who comes into office and then leaves. Like when you first get there, you're all just fresh and like ready to go, and then any exiting president 8 years later is just like, oh my god, the life,
dude. Well, it's so funny because you look at those photos of the presidents and like you know how stressful it is.
Yeah.
Look how fucking young Barack is, and he had melanin to protect his ass.
I know.
And look how old he looks by the end of it.
Most stressful job in the world. ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. Brett, your drunk impression. Can we do one with a review of Cats?
I hadn't seen it.
No. Here you go. You gotta do it. Here, pretend you did.
What? I thought there were gonna be real cats in this movie, man. No, wait, hold up. And I thought they took the bulge off that one cat. I wanted more bulges. Cats have bulges, okay? you can't take. If you take a bulge off a cat, it's like taking a rat off a dog.
How many bulges would you give it?
Is that a drunk Gary Busey, Brett?
How many bulges would you give it, drunk
I'd give
Brett?
it 15 bulges.
There we go. Suge Knight.
But I hated when that one cat ate the other cat.
Hey, Suge Knight. Mark said,
Yeah.
Magic is better than Jordan. Don't make me send the Schmoebot after.
Oh.
What? No.
No, you can send all the robots. You could literally send Skynet after me, and I would still tell you that Jordan is he's better than Magic.
Jordan is better than Magic, unless you're talking about.
Look at RB3.
Hey, listen, man. Me and Kate had our beef. And in all honesty, Jordan is a better player. All right?
But you just want to give it to.
I'm not gonna let Kate.
But Magic is a better businessman, and clearly he somehow found the cure for AIDS. So there's also that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
So
exactly
I
what
will give
said.
you that, but that has nothing to do with just basketball.
Yeah.
Does Magic have force healing?
Maybe he might.
Does he have a baby Yoda stored in his closet somewhere?
maybe.
We don't know
Well,
about.
that is the cure.
Yeah.
Haskell 420 put it
You
in a
see
Schmoebot.
Baby Yoda crawl out of his pocket. Get back in.
Yeah. Mike S.
That's what oh my God, that's what what's his name wanted the Empire want from him so bad so he can come and cure everybody's STDs.
Maybe Magic took a little bit of force away from Larry Bird and hurt his back. That's what that kiss with Isaiah was all about.
Right.
He was taking life out of Isaiah Thomas.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Mike-
We've solved the 80s.
Mike Esk put in a Schmoebot and smiling from ear to ear. I loved hearing my favorites talk about SNL. That Home from the Holidays sketch killed me. I'd love that because we've all been the son fixing tech. Merry Christmas. I loved that. That was my favorite one out of all of them. actually.
Wait. The part at the beginning where it's like, you can't marry him. Why? Because he's white? Yes.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's like, no,
it's
fine.
okay. But I actually, and even cutting to that, then the air mattress thing.
Yeah.
And then Mikey Day loses. He's like, this sucks. It was really
Dude,
good.
I literally was having just like a random flash because I was wondering if next year I'm going to my girlfriend's place for Christmas. So I'm like, oh God, I really hope that's not how this plays out.
Have you met your?
I met him. I met him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're already planning next year's Christmas?
Yeah.
Well, just in that regard, because I have to switch back and forth between staying here in LA with my mom and going to Texas for my dad.
Right.
And so I warned my mom ahead of time. I was like, provided everything goes the way it's planned on going, I'm not gonna be here next Christmas. She was like,
Are you okay with old people occupying your body? Or
that's a very solid point. I see what you did there. Well done. Well done.
was good.
Don't worry. My phone is
like that.
scheduled to just ring with a flash on it. So if anybody calls me, I'll get out.
It took everybody for a second, but it was really good.
I've seen movies, people.
Carl Winslow.
That was Sniper Brett like in the sky flying a jet and
Oh,
dropping
it's
a a
drone.
missile.
Yeah.
And so the missile is coming. You're like, target
is
is
that?
painted. Target is painted green.
You're like, what
Is it going to hit? Oh, it'll hit.
Is that a bird? Is that a hoof?
Yeah. Carl Winslow put in one that I'm not going to read. Sorry, Carl.
Aw,
I'm
Carl.
not reading that.
God, can we get Reginald Bell Johnson in studio?
You like to censor jokes.
This isn't a joke. Absent good. Happy holidays, SEN crew. Please tell me why Winston. Nope, not doing that one either.
Can
Alex,
you save all these? I want to
Yeah.
see one.
Alex
I wanna see
Cavanes, the 7 words, the Schmoebot. I can't say we did that one also. So
That was funny.
I don't know what
That was
I don't know
funny.
what it is either, but I don't.
It was filthy, but it was funny out.
That's fine. So let's.
Oh, I know what it is.
Is it okay?
Oh, that's that. It's fine.
Okay.
It's there.
All right, so I'll read it. Then.
There's a. Go ahead.
All right, it says, please, someone tell me why Winston looks like Bernice from South Beach Toe. Look it up, please.
I'm a little annoyed, but that's funny. That's fucking
now I gotta
funny.
look
You killed Ben. You need to watch the video. There was a viral one of these 2 black women that are trying to run off with a car, and Bernice is not having that shit. Yeah.
I don't look like her, but it's pretty funny.
I'll show you the video afterwards.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It is funny. Okay. All right, that is pretty funny. That's good. That's good.
My response to that is just to keep laughing.
Yeah. Okay, so Cam Collins said, I love The Witcher. It's 10 episodes long. Amazing casting choices for the 3 main characters, too. Not perfect as a show, but it's not a perfect show, but there's a lot to like. I haven't seen any of it yet. Are you hearing mixed things about The Witcher?
I really have not been in the Witcher canon at all. I had one person tell me that they were upset that Henry Cavill was cast because
he was young.
We're taking jobs from old people now.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're not. We're de-aging old people to keep them in movies.
Right.
So
Netflix too.
Yeah. If we're ruining any careers, there's all these 20-something Italian fellas that are trying to act in mob movies, and we're taking all the roles because Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and Joe Pesci just keep showing up.
Right.
And
Did you see Bill Burr's special, the one that he just did on Netflix recently? he opened up with the Bryan Cranston joke.
What was it?
He just said people got up in arms about Bryan Cranston playing. And he's just like, he just does a whole thing. He's like, yeah, how possibly can we? How is he doing this?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's fucking acting.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the whole point? It's like I can't do justice on what he's doing, but he does the whole bit. It's actually really fun.
My god, I was so late. I saw Dion Cole's Cold Hearted this weekend. Holy fuck! It is He's the only person that was missing from that stage on SNL. He is hitting that hard and that poignantly.
Yeah,
that it's. Have you seen him?
I know Dion. I have not seen his special.
It is phenomenal.
I was thinking like there's another tier. I think that
there's
on
another
stage,
tier. I know, but you
have like Mike Epps and Dion Cole, and they're right.
I would make the argument that Mike has had some funny stuff. Dion, in my opinion, has already passed Mike Epps. Like he's
with this new special.
Oh my god!
Really?
If you're saying those 5 are like the 5 that are always in the MVP conversation, he's like I don't know, Lamar Jackson last year, where it's like, oh, I see some flashes, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, right.
Give him another special.
Right.
He's doing what Lamar Jackson's doing right now. He's
okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Where do y'all put Eddie Murphy? I mean, it's not Eddie Murphy. Eddie Griffin up there.
Eddie Griffin has a new special that I've not seen yet. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, Jesus Christ! So I DVR'd it. And I've not seen it yet. I'm taking a break from watching comedy specials.
That's fair. I guess it's a personal thing for Eddie Griffin because when I started at the Comedy Store,
I'm the same way.
You know what I mean? It's like so when we started at the Comedy Store, when you get past as a regular. Like, and I didn't know this yet, and my buddy Skippy, I just got in the spot in the
Eddie
OR.
confirmed back in September that he signed a deal with Netflix to do a comedy special sometime in 2020.
True.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Nice.
I remember seeing all these reports, but it felt like a new Star Wars movie was announced, and it's like, well, Lucasfilm doesn't confirm
he did
but all
confirm,
these.
I thought he confirmed it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
he said he was going back to stand-up.
I'm pretty sure he
but
confirmed
it was never. I don't know that Netflix was ever in the conversation.
I'm pretty sure that it was because I remember I think covering it on Collider Live.
Yeah.
But Eddie Griffin. So my buddy Skippy, I remember I just got my spot and I was so excited. And it was like, I don't know, it was like 9:15 the spot, right? And he's like, and I go, oh, or whatever, maybe it was 10. It was 10 o'clock the spot. And I was like, oh, I'm pumped. And he's like, well, let's go down to this other place and do some time there. And I'm going up in 15 minutes. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, Eddie Griffin's going on before you. And I go, well, still, I'm going to be up in like 10, 15 minutes. He was like, dude, no. You're not.
Yeah.
And he's like, trust me. So I walked and I was panicking because I'm like, I'm not going to get my spot. I just got booked a spot here. And I'm walking and we went to this sushi place. We had drinks. We did this whole thing. 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, I lost my spot. Whatever. I get back. Eddie Griffin is still on the stage. 2 hours. He was on stage for about 2:15, 2:20, and by the time he got off, the entire crowd was gone. And I wound up getting bumped for someone else in front of me again. And by the time I went, it was just like there was no way.
So it sounds like
he did it, but he did it every night.
It ended up getting him banned from the Comedy Store because you can't have that messing up the lineup that early. And even like as a guy working the door there, because I had such a hero worship thing with Eddie Griffin because like when I was in high school and in college, we put on his half-hour comedy special more than anything else that we watched.
Yeah.
And then you meet Eddie Griffin. He's a super nice guy when you're talking to him. And then he goes up, but he's doing like 3 hours. And especially once I started working the cover booth and he'd come in late, it'd be like, oh no, like it's like midnight.
It was a joke around the comics.
So he's the mellow of the Comedy Store. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm on these sports trips right now because then you were even asking that. I would say that Cat Williams is Robert Griffin III.
I was gonna bring up Cat because I don't know that there's a more pure comedic talent that has existed than Cat Williams because he is so funny when he's got it.
Yeah.
But he hit hard and he hit fast and then he just fizzled out. It honestly felt like Robert Griffin III. It was like, fuck, we're watching a legend in the making, and then it just So I don't know.
Just got to get out of bounds, Cat.
Yeah. Just got to get out of bounds, Cat. He was out of bounds too much. That was the problem.
Yeah, getting hit by 17-year-olds. Jordan Raines. Today is my oldest son's 5th birthday. Can he get a shout out from Sly? His name is Jameson, aka Jamie. You get your dad and say happy birthday, and say everybody else you go and say happy birthday.
Sly, what do you think about Jameson being born so close to Christmas? Do you give him presents on both days?
You got to, the best thing about it is you got to wake up and you say, birthday, and then Christmas. Jesus. And you say, wait up! Happy birthday.
The court stenographer is like, I don't know what to press.
I think I heard baby Jesus. I'll just put that down. I'll just put baby Jesus down.
I don't know why, because you brought the court stenographer. I just immediately had the flashback to that video. It's like, and then he said to the undercover officer, "Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal." Is that what you said to Bonnie? Is that how you got the date, bruh?
Oh yeah, do you know Bonnie and Ben are gonna go out on a date?
Like a
real date?
No, morning radio date?
No. I did not. It's not me. It's not me like saying, okay, if you win like a Finstock and Tiffany thing. This is like,
okay, this is a date.
Yeah.
And is it because here's the way that I kind of process this stuff is that I look at it like I'll ask a young lady out for drinks, right?
For dalliance.
But it's drinks. And then you go out and then during the
Hi,
evening.
Kristian, long-time viewer and patron, but first time reaching out.
You got it.
I have my own digital marketing agency and would love to sponsor the show.
Ooh.
Please let me know how we can connect to talk further. Love the show and happy holidays to everyone.
Donate $20 to get a sponsor.
No, I'll keep a smile on my face
Yeah.
if you come through with a sponsorship. You can cut off the story of my dating life all you want.
Hit the music, RBC. Call this dude now.
That's true. Let's do it. Let's get a sponsor.
I look at it as drinks, and then during the course of the evening, it can get upgraded. Like you're eligible to upgrade it to a full-on date depending on how it goes.
Yeah.
So if this is starting out as a date, are we having a couple drinks at a bar? Are we doing dinner? Are you taking her to Fresno for some brisket?
Well, she tweeted out she wants him to. You better be somewhere nice.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go out somewhere in Venice because that's where she's at. And so she knows. Like she told me to pick a good spot, but she knows Venice better than I do. But I'll
do your
I'll
research, bitch. Don't you fucking do that shit. You gotta prove yourself to her if you want to make Bonnie your forever. You better fucking work. You better work, bitch.
You're at a fucking 11 right now. I'm gonna need you like at a 6.
I'm trying to make your dreams, don't you, hoe?
Call them a hoe.
Okay.
Absent good.
Is it Christmas break yet?
I went out for drinks with a young lady. We had a lovely time. And who did I see?
Kate Mulligan.
That young man.
Oh.
Yeah, he was very kind to us. Yeah.
Okay, good. Absent good. What's up again?
He lent me his jacket.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm really cold and I'm nervous on this day. Do you have anything for me?
She was cold. You said, don't worry about her. Put it on me. What up again? So I can't roast you guys anymore. It's just because of the holidays. Come on, you know the Bernice joke I said was pretty funny. It was good. I just wasn't sure at first, but after we
no. That was hilarious. You guys, that's totally fine. It's totally fine.
And I got
this
it.
one's
and
appropriate
I laughed
too.
appropriately.
This one's appropriate and a little bit better for the holidays. Question for everyone: spit or swallow?
Oh God!
Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone.
You got me. You really got me. Because I was like, felt like Crash Davis and Bull Durham up, just ready for that. Because they said, in the spirit of Christmas or whatever, I thought they were going to ask, like, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Watch the family. And I'm ready to hit the fastball. Bro. And I swung, and then a curve, spit, or swallow came in.
Dude, to me, because I just rewatched Home Alone 2, that was the like, don't worry, I'll get him. It flies past. It's like, cool, that was 2. Let's go. Bar to the face.
Sorry says, hey Ellis, Bagel Boy told us to gift you with some Schmoebots, but I'll just rat him out this way. Still waiting for the stand-up tour in Australia announcement. Merry Christmas and happy holidays still hold.
We're working on it. Hope to be there next year.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you been, this is Alex Cavanis, have you ever been exposed to something new in a movie that piqued your interest in something you hadn't been into before? For me, it has been types of music. The Blues Brothers exposed me to the blues, and PCU exposed me to George Clinton and funk. I think that I always liked Elton John, but after seeing like Rocket Man, I went back and started listening to more and more of his music. I always liked him, but I have a stronger appreciation now.
That's a good question. I'll say this about
you were moving your mouth. I was like, what the fuck? Where is that coming from?
See, I look like a ventriloquist dummy when I shave. When I grow the beard, I'm the ventriloquist now.
Question.
I was more excited about like the spirit of independent filmmaking once I saw Desperado. I saw Robert Rodriguez, and then I went back and watched El Mariachi, and I'm just like, man, you can really make movies for nothing and still make them really cool. So that was like something something that just kind of, I always thought they had to be like these huge like effects kind of things. And you see Desperado, which had some money behind it. Then you go see El Mariachi, which had no money behind it. And you're like, God, this is really cool. You can just get your friends together. Like the goddamn Wangers do now.
Yep.
And then did you see Stage 4?
No.
Jesus Christ. It is unbelievable what these... They're 4 years old, and they're making it will blow your mind.
Okay.
It is great.
Is Cody the star again?
I'm not going to give away any spoilers
Cody's
about
like,
Stage 4.
Cody is like their lead. Is like their Leo.
He's great.
Yeah.
And
is he fucking little baby models?
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah.
No, he's like the lead actor now.
Okay.
He's great.
But I got the honor of helping with the sound in that film. I was there when we actually filmed it. It was a long night.
What's really cool is that Ruvalcaba sent me the behind the scenes that y'all did about how you made the movie, because there's a cool like thing in the movie, and then you see the behind the scenes. You're like, gee, I can't do that. That's why I do not do that.
That's awesome.
What? Hidden Figures, for sure. I immediately then went and did the research on all the ladies in that. Dolomite is my name this weekend. Did it for me.
Had you ever seen Dolomite before?
I know of Dolomite, but I didn't know in depth the way that it was. So that was amazing. And then what was the last one that just flew in and out of my... Oh, Drinking Buddies. I got really interested in Mumblecore after that, just because I was like, this is actually a really well done film, so I'm curious how Mumblecore actually works now.
Just because of age, what was the first time you ever heard the name Dolomite?
When I was like 2.
I Snoop and Dre. When they bring up Dolomite. And I just remember like, are they saying dynamite? And then you do the research, like back in the day, you just had to ask somebody older than you, like, what is Dolomite?
So my buddy, you remember Beats?
Yeah.
So Beats, when I met him in St. Pete.
What's that guy up to?
He's still singing. He's singing. He's doing some stuff.
Yeah.
But when I met him in St. Pete, and he told me about it, and he's like, dude, you ever seen Dolomite? I go, no. I was like, what is Dolomite? It sounds amazing. And then he showed me, and we just smoked and watched Dolomite.
Yeah.
And it was like the greatest thing ever.
Well, and this is the one thing, because I've still never seen the actual original Dolomite, but I know of Dolomite, and I know of Rudy Ray. But the watching Dolomite is my name, and then realizing how hard Black Dynamite spoofed Dolomite has
I just love it. You're
absolutely
gonna have to take me. That's my favorite.
He made me do it.
Yeah,
bitch.
So good. This is back to streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. Mark, do you have good vision? Have you tried on Kristian's glasses? These aren't that strong.
I have wonderful vision. Let's just see how I look with glasses, because I'm trying the beard thing out for Christmas.
Don't stretch them out there. Gotta go.
How's that?
They're good. See, they're not that strong. It's a matter of you got to look at the.
I look way too much like Bradley Whitford.
Look at the creation letters.
Oh yeah, I can see it okay. Yeah, I can see it okay. But I have great vision because I had the good fortune of having LASIK.
Oh, you did.
I really want to so bad.
In 2000, I did not realize how bad my vision had gotten.
Oh, okay.
Because like when I played basketball, it was like night and day once I got the LASIK thing done. Because I didn't wear glasses, and I started wearing contacts, and they changed the solution, so my eyes would get all like red and irritated. I'm like, I got to do something about this.
Yeah.
My old man also was thinking about having LASIK, and so we both got LASIK done at the same time. My vision has been perfect since the day. My dad was older in life, and so when you get LASIK older in life, it works fine from seeing distances, but up close, he had to get reading glasses, and so when you went to the Ellis house, there was a pair of reading glasses in every bathroom.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you told me. Remember you told me. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That's funny. Yeah. And then let's see this back to Streamlabs. Didn't mean that this is from Team Valiant. Didn't mean to interrupt Ellis. Many apologies. Just wanted to make sure my message was sent before the show was over. Please let me know if we can talk further about a potential sponsorship.
Yeah,
that's very nice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sponsor the show, sponsor the fund to get Mark more winter clothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to
call Goodwill, Mark.
Let's go to Super Chat, and then we're gonna call. Let's go to Super Chat, and then we'll
Thank
call
you,
it a day.
Senpai. You're teaching me so much.
I love going to Goodwill because I like looking at the clothes. Then in the back they have all the furniture that is clearly haunted. Like if you get that, you're inviting a spirit into your house. Oh, look at this nice dresser.
Dude, that's literally how every horror movie starts. And the funny thing is, real talk, I feel like white people would be in so many less horror movies if you would just watch your black friends. If you watch me and RBT walk up in a Goodwill and see that couch and go, hell no, nigga, we'll go buy a new one. Hell no.
White people are too cocky because we see horror movies and we survive.
Yeah. We're the first ones.
That's why y'all are so skeptical.
I do want to say real quick, that trope has been disproved.
When?
Black people are not the first ones to die in horror movies.
When?
Name a horror movie that they do.
Midsommar.
Fucking all the Scream movies.
This is the fight you take?
Scream 2 they do. Scream 2 they do. Absolutely. Scream 2. That's it.
Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 4, the Dream Master. I was so excited. My favorite character in Nightmare on Elm Street was Kincaid, and he survived. Luckily, he survived all the way through Nightmare on Elm Street 3. And I'm like, okay, my boy Kincaid is going to come in here, and he's going to knock Freddy out for good. First one to eat it.
It depends.
First one to eat it.
If a rapper is playing somebody in a horror movie, so LL
Busta
Cool J,
Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes,
Yeah.
Busta, Happy Halloween, motherfucker. Like, you got that. You got LL Cool J, what in Deepest Bluest.
But no, there's Ice Cube isn't the one. He survives in Anaconda. But no, there's like an article that proved like they went through like 100 horror movies, and I think out of those like 4 or 5.
Send me the receipts.
I will. Absolutely.
I mean, Midsommar just came out and happened.
We have 3 minutes left, so let me finish
No,
this up
he
here.
wasn't the first to die in Midsummer.
Maybe Ben didn't hear me.
Sorry.
Hey, Winston.
nope, there we go.
Came home to Philly to see my family, and I have to thank your Cowboys for a great early Christmas
No worries,
present.
man. Yeah.
Totally worth the 21 hours of travel time from Sydney to Philly to watch that game with my family.
I mean,
Fly,
look,
Eagles, fly.
that's totally fine. You know what? I'm glad you had a good time with your family. I have said this a million times. The season ended weeks ago, so I'm good.
If
I
I
really
told
don't
if
care.
I told you before that game started that all you need to do is score 18 points to win, you would be flying high.
I know. You know what's funny? There was a tragedy that pissed me off more than the fucking Eagles beating the Cowboys. It's going from first to motherfucking 8th, Kristian.
I know. Sorry about that. We'll talk about that some other time, I guess.
This is something I need to be informed about before I take the stage at the Comedy Store on January 11th.
Well,
it sounds like.
you heard a little bit of what happened or no?
No.
On Backstage, Schmoedown Backstage, we did the draft. It was Sam Levine was sitting there. Okay. Brianne Chandler picked out the names. Ben was sitting over here. I was there. So we put the names in the hat. We picked out. Winston gets the first pick of the 2020 draft. And then we go through the whole thing when he realized Roxy Schreier's name was never put in the hat. Oh. So we throw them all back.
Oh, you had to do the whole thing
over. We did the whole thing over. And Winston went from first to
8th, bro.
Yeah. Well, first to 6th because Pedagnino and Kaiser don't get picks.
Ben, add that to the list. That's another black guy that died at the beginning of the whole
There
thing,
you
right?
go. There you go.
All right, let's finish up here. Right. So this is the pity party says, would any of you guys be surprised if you had a child out there you didn't know about? This is a question for Dagnino. My friend Josh just learned he has a 2-year-old daughter. It was sad, but I was cracking up.
For half a second, I got a DM randomly from a girl I used to be like, oh man, it's been so good talking to you. My mama was asking me when I was going to have grandkids, and I have something to tell you. I was like, oh, fuck, my life is over. And then she was like, I just want you to know I really like you. Would you like to go on a date? I was like, bitch, you left me hanging for 30 minutes about whether or not I had a child. No.
Garth McMurray says, look, it's Bagel Boy Ellis, Bag Ellis. Okay. Trouser Snake, Jay Concho. Episode 9 didn't make me jizz, but it did tickle my balls. All right, good for you. Movie Finobi, feeling in the room when the kids came in. Aw, yeah. Well, yeah. I love those kids. Let's see. Cam Cologne. It's pronounced Cologne, you goon. Well, thank you. Oh. But yeah, it's a funny, gory show with a ton of heart. Cavill is amazing in this role. Perfect choice. And Garth McMurray, I'm magic too. It was HIV in 84 and 91, but I'm still here.
Good
All
man.
Right.
Nice,
awesome.
nice. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep that baby Yoda going.
Yep. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have hit everything. So, look, where are you going? You going back home today?
Going home to Virginia, the Fredericksburg area, and then Mom and I will go down to Williamsburg and hang out there for a couple of days. Cool. So I'm flying 3 legs of the flight. I'll be performing at the Phoenix airport tonight, and then Charlotte airport early tomorrow, and then from there to the Richmond airport on Christmas Eve. Going in, seeing the family. Very excited to attempt to compete with my 5-year-old nephew putting together Legos, because you give them these boxes of Legos, and it says these are for ages 5 to 8. I was lost putting the Batmobile together last year, so we're working on an X-Wing. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's touch and go.
Well, listen, thank you to all
you don't
of
want to
you
hear
guys.
about anybody else?
You know why? No, you know why? Because you're going to tell me on Thursday what you did, and we're going to hear about all of that. Same thing with Wednesday and RB3. Yeah, we're going to be on Thursday, Friday.
The 26th?
Well, RB3 will be here Friday.
Good. Okay, well, Merry Christmas.
We'll be holding the fort down for you, champ.
Yeah, God rest you, merry gentlemen.
But January 11th, you will be at the Comedy Store with us for the Schmoedown Awards and for the draft.
Got a new suit. No smoking, Roxy. Kidding.
We talked about that actually earlier today.
Just gotta bring edibles.
I wasn't mad. I was just quick.
No, you're just curious.
I was quick.
Curious. You were. I said you're like Nosferatu flying at the back of the kid.
You could have gone with, Daryl Green, but thank you, Nosferatu.
It was out of the
Could have gone with
darkness in the
Usain
back.
Bolt, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you are insane. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to wrap it up. RB3. Thank you guys for joining us today. I hope you had a great time. I hope you have a great time tomorrow at Christmas, wherever you celebrate the holidays. Thanks to Mark Ellis, Brett Sheridan, Winston Marshall, RB3, Ben Goddard, the whole damn crew. Make sure you click a like. Get tickets for the Schmoedownlive.com. If you want to vote for those awards, then you have to go to Patreon. Patreon.com/Schmoedown. Get it done today. $1 tier. That just gets you a vote. So we'll see you soon, everybody. It's been real.